Hey, check it out, Holmes. Margarito Podcast Network presents, eh?
The mono you're about to see is a construct of fact and fantasy. It was a secret fantasy for Vivato to put on the suits.
And in walks the biggest Mexican I have ever seen. Big as shit. Just walks right in like he owns the place.
Oye, big boy, ¿habla español? No. I like your shoes. Oh, thanks. I like your shirt too. Great. I really like your pants. Why don't you take off your pants?
Yeah, man, take off the pants.
Whoa, what are you guys in for? A good time. Mexican Americans don't like to get up early in the morning, but they have to, so they do it real slow. Ooh, too much. Shake them, you won't break them.
Here's your badge.
Badges? We don't need no stinking badges.
Chicano shuffle, tomando chelas, chingando tacos, having some fun. Chicano shuffle, all kinds of masa. Bernie's all nervous, give him a beer
Or three.
Chicano shuffle, este es el lazo. Just lost a fan. Oh, well, tough shit. Chicano shuffle. Ramon's el guapo. He tells good stories. Let's interrupt.
We will.
Chicano shuffle. We love our fans. We hope you like this. If not, oh well. That's steps. Thank you for joining us. We are the Homes Depot Band. Gracias, gracias. And drums, Don Filemon. En bajo, El Uñas. En la segunda guitarra, no pudo estar el Huitlacoche, pero mandó su primo, el Chilaquil.
I'm not sure about that guy.
En producción, el Banquita Sarabia. En requinta, el Steps. Y en voz, su humilde servidor, Ramón. Gracias, gracias. No se les olvide, for any party, any engagement, any social event, whether it's a wedding, quinceañera, bautizo, pinche divorcio, un pinche una orgía, lo que quieran, aquí estamos.
Ay, güey.
Para lo que quieran. We just know one jam, but different variations of it. Alright? Hit up la producción at chicanoshuffle.com and they'll give you all the details. Pricing included.
Ay, güey.
Oh, and you gotta feed us too.
Ay, güey.
Yeah, we gotta add that to the stipulation. Alright.
Ay, güey.
Damn, bro.
Okay, that was a fucking flashback, bro. A blast from the past.
So people listening are like, why that intro? What's the purpose of that for this episode?
That was the little intro that we had at the beginning.
That was the first one. Those first
Four?
two?
First four. Yeah, the first four had that intro.
And why put it in this episode?
Well, because, I don't know, it's, what is it? 5 years?
No más.
No más, hijos de la chingada.
No más, güey. Fuck, bro. It feels like a drag already.
Feels like fucking. It feels like 20. Way.
Yeah, it's the 5-year anniversary. The Chicano Shuffle.
Fuck. Literally almost to the day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you can't line it up perfectly porque si son los Tuesdays, pero
But yeah, we're
This would
recording on
be-
a Saturday, so it's the 17th.
is it how it lines up?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that lines up. All right,
Yeah.
I'll accept it.
When's the actual day?
That's what he's saying today,
The
no?
17th.
The 17th?
Yeah.
So today we did the first episode 5 years ago?
Well, we dropped the first probably
Yeah, the first
4
episode.
or whatever.
Oh,
So
shit.
I think in reality, because we dropped it on a Tuesday, so that was the 17th. So 17, 16, 15. So I guess in reality, we recorded on the 15th
Well, we recorded
on a Sunday.
no, but we recorded 2 one Sunday, and then
Yeah.
the following Sunday we recorded
another
2,
two.
and then we dropped them all on the same day, I think.
Oh, shit.
So it was like 2 weeks worth.
So we're just going with the 17th. Fuck it.
No, I mean that's when they
Yeah.
released. Way you don't count when you recorded it. Way
Yeah, when we drop.
that's not like you fucking no mames. Way imagine the movies. Way movies that sit for like 2 years. You don't.
Oh,
you
that's
know,
true.
Or records. I mean,
20. Imagine, like, wasn't there a movie that took like 20 years to film?
oh, there's been a few. Way
There was one with Ethan Hawke. Where
I
like
think it
one
was
that-
that, that's the one I'm
But
talking
when
about.
the baby was born, they
Yeah,
used
like
that
the
same
kid's
kid.
life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that's dedication right there.
Eso está cabrón. ¿No?
Wow.
But pa que veas, I got one more for you. Eh?
A ver, a ver.
This is how Ramon. Well, you'll see. Way.
And welcome to Chicano Shuffle. This is episode 1. My name is Ramon.
Esteves.
Fernando.
So, we are Chicano Shuffle. All right. No,
you're not gonna pay the
What this is
Basically. You're already starting with those fancy words.
this is an independent digital studio funded and fueled by tacos and broadcasted out of the garage in the shady alley of South LA. We're just four good friends who just wanted to get together, shoot the shit, and make people laugh once in a while. Share useful information, maybe. But overall, just to make the raza laugh and help them through the week with a good laughter.
Wow. Shit, bro.
I have not improved shit.
That's
Remember, Ramon had to get out the mission statement with?
Yeah.
First thing, he
it was
had
a little rough. It was a little rough,
Oh, my
but hey, it was the first episode, bro.
Hey, it only went downhill from there. I kind of pasted it together to sound more fucking
Holy
dumb
shit,
chingazo.
that's crazy, man.
Pero yeah, Ramon, remember, was adamant that we had to fucking put out
You
the...
have to put the mission statement.
Yeah, no, and he used to wear like interesting clothing. Remember, wear like hats, trippy hats.
Oh, there's the one he did with the whole máscara, remember?
yeah, yeah.
The
Oh, that
luchador
was
máscara.
during the Mundial.
En ese tiempo sí le echaba ganas, güey.
I know, güey. Ahora no se peina apenas, güey.
Apenas.
He's in a 5-year relationship, bro. At this point, it's like whatever. now.
What is this? This is
This is the wood anniversary,
wood
bro.
anniversary.
Yeah, he's fucking at this point.
Pinche leño,
At
por
this
donde
point,
quiera.
you get what
Puro
you
leño.
get, bro. Right? You get what you get. There's no fucking having to impress or anything.
No echándole
5
salsa, nada,
years. We
güey.
were supposed to stop 2 years ago?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't, güey.
'Cause, I
Why
mean-
didn't we stop?
Well, I
Because
think
we had
no.
moderate growth.
Yeah, we had. I think
It was
we started-
bullish. The chart said it was bullish.
I don't know if it was bullish, but
It was
we're
going-
keeping up with inflation.
Yeah, but I think we had said that like normally it takes 3 years for a podcast to.
Arréglate ahí el mic, güey. No sé, mames, 5 years later, güey.
Sorry, there we go.
Chewing gum on the 5-year anniversary.
We started off, when we were talking earlier.
Parecía pinche vaca.
Wait, it's like, fuck, all right, that continue.
Yeah, so fucking, I think Esteban had mentioned that normally it takes a podcast 3 years to like maybe get an audience or start having a following. So we said, and if in 3 years it doesn't change or whatever, we're done. But it's one of those.
We'll reassess in 3
Yeah.
years, más bien.
Well,
It's like golf, way, right? We have some shitty games, and then we have that good fucking drive, and then we spend more
yeah.
money, and then we're back at it, and then we suck. And then we had another fucking nice drive. We're straight in the middle.
Oh, we try somebody's like hybrid fucking
And then
club. Like,
fuck
oh,
it,
I
gotta
need
save
this.
up for that, and it gives you more courage, and that's basically what.
And
this
then
is.
maybe you get a couple of good drives, but your short game sucks. And then you borrow somebody's putter. I'm like, fuck, I need that putter now.
and then you put your shit on Craigslist because the game sucks,
Yeah.
and nobody buys it, and then you keep going. Man, that's basically what this is. Man.
Yeah, fucking A. I mean, I think The only thing that we still have from like when we first started is the microphones. Because
I have the mixer at home too.
No, because these changed.
We had the other
like
software.
Because the mixer is a different mixer. Some of these cables have been
Stands are
replaced.
different?
Actually, no, that blue cable that Fernie has is still part of the original.
I wanted to
color code the mics and
I
everything,
remember.
so that it would be
we
easier.
still have a lot of first. I mean, te durado some shit. Wey.
Yeah, some shit still ayuda. The case ha durado.
The case, a lot of the cables.
Yeah.
Acuérdate, even the long cables, you bought those too. Wey.
Yeah,
Like,
because I was already anticipating for like a live or a studio. I think maybe what was it like? I think in my mind,
we overshopped is what you're saying.
in my mind, I thought that within 5 months we were gonna be in a studio.
Shit, bro.
Yeah. Remember I was harassing Felipe Esparza?
Yeah,
you're trying to take over his spot.
Yeah, this guy says, I got 5 months to do this.
Yeah,
and
I'm
blow
like,
up.
oh, fuck yeah, dude. He'll help out the raza. He'll help us out, you know. You'll see that we're coming up. That we got a catchy title. We're funny.
3 years later, he finally replied.
Yeah.
He did reply.
Yeah, he did reply. And then I just replied like, oh, okay, thanks.
Somehow we got on his radar for something, no?
Did we? I'm sure.
Because it was that the reply was followed. Not followed. It followed something. Yeah.
Yeah, we had either a guest or we did something where we brought that up, and then a week later he replied. I'm like, oh,
is that what happened?
Yeah.
Algo así. Yeah. It did.
Somehow it got to his
triggered.
ears.
It triggered something.
He's like, hey, these guys are talking shit, bro.
Or someone told him, hey, wait, what those are talking shit, bro. Algo así. Yeah.
Probably.
Le llegó el chisme somehow.
Yeah, and then that was it.
We haven't heard since.
No, we haven't. Yeah, I don't think
We haven't asked shit since. So.
Nah, we're not like that.
We've changed Ramon. When
Yeah, you fuckers did change me. Or else I don't know where we would have been at. Who knows?
we would have been in a nice studio if we would have let them fucking ask everybody for help.
So eventually, it's a numbers game.
Yeah, no.
You know, the more
That's
you
how we
put
ended
out.
up here. Wait, what do you mean?
It's like picking up.
Oh, yeah, I think that's what happened. I mean,
Because Ramon went.
Yeah, you went. Yeah, you're right.
Went bought some shit. Fucking had a long ass conversation.
That's true.
Came
Came back with information.
And I'm like, and then when we interviewed him, I'm like, I started like, hey, so what's up with the studio? What's up with
so
the... Like, oh, I put him on the spot. He's like, oh, yeah, sure. You guys are welcome to. And then fucking a los 3 días, I'm like, hey, so ¿qué día can we stop by?
And a few years later, he's finally warming up to us.
And a few years later, he's still one-upping on where fucking, he's still trying to gauge how our buddy is. Where we already know him. Where, but I guess it takes like 6 or 8 years to understand Ramon. Where you're not gonna get him right away, right?
No,
yeah, I guess so.
No, it takes about 8 or 10 years.
I don't think I'm as aggressive as I used to be, though.
No.
I don't know, one-upping or what?
No.
The one-upping still pretty aggressive.
It's not as bad.
I don't know.
It comes in once in a while, and it's not constant.
I think to fully understand you, way and how you are and your intentions, a good 10 years of friendship, way, and you'll get to understand where you're coming from.
Even though now, we've known each other for what, like 20 something years, right?
Yeah.
Even though now, sometimes I throw in a curveball que te saca de onda también, because you question it, like, Ramon, are you being?
Yeah.
What is it that's going on in your head?
Yeah.
Or what's the reason behind your comments or your actions?
I mean, some of it is satire, though. Way I mean, like the whole like you fucking pretending that you're a fucking tax agent shitting on fruit vendors. Like that's just it's just comedy, dude. Like
it's not true.
No, it's not true, way. So sometimes I set you up for things because I know it's gonna be funny, way, and maybe it makes you look a certain way, way. But we know who you really are, way. It's basically what I'm trying to get to.
So it's but sí, como de como comenzamos a como estamos ahorita, I have changed a lot of the things. I'm not aggressive. I'm not fucking.
What do you think is the biggest change that you've made in the last 5 years doing this, way?
Being able to take other people's opinions without fucking trying to convince them or change them.
Yeah, I've learned that too, way.
Yeah, it's just like I know that one of the first ones or the big ones that I think I started. Not getting lashed or fucking getting
lashed. There you go with those triggering words for me, bro. I don't think
backlash. I was trying to think. I'm like lash. It's backlash.
Oh.
Getting backlash for which is no better because it's un pinche latigazo en la espalda, right?
What?
Latigazo.
I don't know if it's like slavery or
I
fucking.
know. What's happening here?
Well, it's
Bondage.
a term. You know what? It's one of those terms that it's definitely outdated and it's maybe-
Backlash?
Yeah.
Backlash? The one word backlash?
Yeah.
That's,
That's got to come back from slavery.
Maybe it hasn't, but maybe it's just brewing. I've never heard
Like the
people
rule of
complain about
thumb, the rule of thumb is one of those where we said that it used to be legal for you to beat your wife, right? With a stick, as long as it wasn't no wider than your thumb. That was the rule of thumb.
it. Is that true?
Yeah.
yeah, that's where it comes from.
So when you use, the rule of thumb here is, I'm like, oh, okay, you don't know where it came from and you use it, but the meaning behind it, the history behind it is fucking.
I feel like backlash doesn't. I want to say it doesn't come from.
I mean,
nowhere.
backlash. I mean,
well,
what
but it's
else?
one. It's one word.
backlash.
2 words
Backlash.
is a backlash. Backlash is one word.
Maybe at some point they just made it a one word and they're like, why am I going to spend time in breaking
But
this
why
apart?
would you connect that to like? Well, maybe. Oh, maybe I
Get
guess,
into backlash.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay. I see it.
There's a lot of the hidden words that we use that we don't really know the origin,
I'll
right?
take a rewind.
Well,
So that was one of them. But I remember one of the first backlashes that I started getting is when I started
he
calling.
still uses it.
I know, right? One of the. Well, okay.
Nah, I'm not making you change. It was just funny
No,
that
but
we just had a whole segment of
And I
like words.
still
of
use
that.
it.
Yeah. Anyways, the backlash.
The backlash was when I was like used to be adamant about fucking who could call themselves Chicanos and who couldn't.
Would you change that?
Oh yeah, dude, I changed it already.
So a Salvadoreño could be a Chicano? Nah, you didn't change, bro. Fuck up.
He just doesn't bring it up.
Fuck off. Fuck
I
off.
just don't agree or disagree with it.
Fuck
That's
off,
a change.
mate. Fuck off, mate.
That's a change right
Oh,
there.
The
shit.
bullocks.
Bollocks.
You
Wow.
bloody bastard.
You bloody bloke.
You weren't too convincing, bro, when I asked you straight out. Are Salvadoreños considered Chicanos, way, that are born here? And you're like,
He just doesn't bring it up, is what he means.
Yeah, I don't
yeah,
think,
that's what he's saying.
I don't bring it up and I don't make a big deal about it anymore.
Basically, he's careful of the conversations he gets himself into, and he's learned that.
Ni tanto, but I noticed that one. It was just a lot of people were like offended. They were mad because they were like, "Well, my mom is Mexican and my dad is Central American, or vice versa, or you know." I was born in Mexico and then I was brought here.
Yeah, Ramon was about the purebreds, bro.
Yeah.
Well, it's. I mean, who else is having these conversations? Wait, who else question? I've never heard anybody question. Are these people considered Chicanos? Like, these are questions that you have to fucking like really ask yourself. Wait, because we talked about last week. We were talking about how people use the word Nazi like very loosely. It's happening a lot in like society right now where we're kind of changing meanings of words to adapt to how we think they should be, and maybe other people aren't really subscribing to that, and that's not really how it is, right? There's different realities, way, and I don't know if I mean if I want to be honest with myself, I feel like Chicano wasn't like Central Americans that were born here, or it was strictly Mexican Americans, way. I mean, that's what I've read. Way, I don't know, maybe in the origins of it, if it was different, more inclusive. But from what I read, it was just Mexican Americans. I don't know if you guys read different.
No, that was the whole reasoning behind it. Where I wouldn't back down. I was ready to die on that fucking hill.
The hill that this guy means he was dying on was the grape. Pues yeah, okay. So como le decían, like they send the message, hey bro. So like my mom's Mexican, but my fucking dad's Salvadorian. Like they're halfway, so they're half or a quarter or a third or whatever you want to say. I don't know how you become a third, but I'm sure, or like an eighth, or like the one time there was one dude. Remember, he was like
0.08
that he was adopted, and there was that whole thing.
Oh, that's right.
So there's a lot of grape, but it doesn't necessarily mean is a Salvadorian Chicano. No, what if I'm half Salvadorian and half Mexican? Can I still be a Chicano and then maybe whatever a Salvadorian would be? I don't know what their equivalent is, or qué pedo, or like maybe can I still identify pues as which? So there's that gray, and I accepted that gray because even when the Chicano thing was big in those times, pues there was more than Chicanos. There was more
and
than
that
Chicanos.
movement, there was also Central Americans. There was Puerto Ricans.
There was Asians.
There was Japanese también.
So that's what I'm saying. So that's why to me I was like, fuck it, bro.
I mean, the Salvadoreños in particular were definitely excluded. Well, that's why the Mara started, because they wanted their own little clique here, because
Yeah.
they were having a hard time.
They were getting, yeah.
I mean, let's not pretend that fucking Chicanos aren't like fucking judgmental también.
Oh, no,
There's
güey.
different pockets.
Latinos in general, no?
But it's like Fernando said, I mean, there's a lot of nuance, way, and there's a lot of gray areas. Like, who the fuck? Yeah, I mean, it's good conversations. Way. I enjoy those conversations. I just don't know why people take them so to heart. Way, like we're just discussing things out loud.
And we're not the authority in fucking.
Ramon used to be.
We're not the authority.
Apparently
That
gave
what
up
we
that
say,
badge.
What we say goes. It's just at that time. It's like como dices. That's what I read. That's what I was. What I knew. What a Chicano was, and what it portrayed. And then when I started getting the DMs and everything, and it's like.
You got tired of telling people, no, you're not Chicano.
Isn't that what happens when a lot of like groups like that though, where like they feel excluded from society, so they create their own kind of community, but then within themselves they exclude other people. Like they create a community because they are tired of getting excluded, but then themselves exclude other people from their community. So it's like, you guys are making fucking sense, man. It's just children acting like fucking adults at that point. Where
That's humans, way. That's how we are, way.
well, yeah, for sure. And it's like, I mean, it's crazy, way. Like, I don't understand really why people expect for it to like change, way. And then that's what it's like. It's like speaking of like people changing, way. It's like everybody's getting like upset that Fidel Castro is being played by a non-fucking Latino.
James Franco.
And all these
That was
things.
kind of weird, though. But
All these things happen. But I mean, it's Hollywood, dude. Like, they want shit to be real. It's fucking fake. They're movies. Like, why are you guys arguing about something that's fake? It's like,
well, I mean, but the story's real.
I know, but it's
Even if
Hollywood.
it's,
It's
like,
Hollywood.
dramatized and-
These people are meant. They're supposed to be acting.
You know what I think it is though. At the parte, is that there's back. If it would have been 20 years ago, you would have said, or even 30 years ago, like, okay, there's not maybe that many actors, but dude, there's plenty of Latino actors that could portray that role. Like one of them that comes to mind is Pablo Pascal, El Mandalorian.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, but it's Hollywood, bro. These people aren't gonna go like if that guy himself is not putting himself out there to get these roles and actually getting himself in those limelights where people are noticing him. I mean, these producers, they don't have time to fucking think, oh, we need this percentage of representation. I mean, it's up to our people to fucking put yourself in those positions where you get casted for these roles, where they're not gonna like seek out fucking the approval of a whole community. Where these producers and these people in Hollywood, they don't have time for all those little details that people expect them to have. Where,
but I mean, that's not like a little detail way. That's like yeah, we live in the time pues where everything's kind of pretty global way. Like especially like in movies where you can find. If you can find a Latino way to play a Latino way, it's not a difficult thing to do. Like back in the day, había de pedo, como like we were talking last time, que te tienes que cambiar el nombre, and you got to do a whole bunch of things to play off que no eres Latino to get the jales. Now we live in a time where like if they wanted a Latino, they could have easily found a Latino.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they go out of their way pues to get a James Franco porque maybe it's because tiene más nombre, you know?
Nombre,
Pero it's not that hard for them to find a Latino actor to fill that role, and it's not that one's not even about representation. That one's not even about let's fill a quota. No, the guy was a Latino way, and we live in a time where you throw a fucking rock and you hit a Latino way.
So let's see the argument from the other side. Then what you're saying is that a Latino cannot play a quote unquote white president or something. Then you're subscribing to that as well. The other side of it.
I guess
a little bit.
I
Yeah.
guess if it's
See, I don't think that should be
because it happened.
It's an art.
Con the Marilyn Monroe, they're getting a Cubana to play it, but Marilyn
Latino?
Monroe was
To have Latina.
half Mexican.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is like you guys would have an issue the other way, and I wouldn't have an issue if a Mexican played a quote unquote white fucking ex-president or something. I think it's art. So to me, maybe I'm just biased because I'm consider myself an artist. So I don't see that as a social thing. Like that's art. Like these people are creating something out of nothing. Yeah, they're using fucking a character that's actually a person, a historic fucking person, but I wouldn't have an issue if Eugenio Derbez played fucking Abraham Lincoln. I would be like, fuck yeah, I want to watch that. That's awesome. Like, why? I mean, what are we doing really, dude? You know?
Yeah, it's because these aren't, like, I don't see those as representation type of shit, way. I don't see those as quotas, way.
No, but
Like
what I'm saying,
Abraham Lincoln, pues también, they got the other white dude que está chingón, way, to make that Abraham Lincoln.
My point is that there shouldn't be an issue for that rest to play Lincoln. He's an actor, and this is a role. Yeah, he's okay. Go.
No.
No, go ahead.
I want to finish because sorry. But okay, so if you're gonna get there's plenty. It goes with it. Like, why are you gonna get someone that doesn't know? Even his accent doesn't come off as believable. If you're an artist, if you're into art and everything, you have to do the most to be able to portray that character. Even though I don't know if there's any known recordings of what Abraham Lincoln sounded or anything, but I'm sure he didn't have an accent.
Based on where you guys are going with this, the Fidel Castro has to be a Cubano.
No, not a Cubano, a Latino.
No, see, that's not it, dude. Because the guy that played fucking Pablo Escobar in Narcos, people were bitching about his accent. Okay, so that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's because it stood out. It stood out to all of us.
But there's layers to it. Then it's not just so like.
Oh, there's layers. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
So if people have an issue, even what I'm saying is we move the goalpost way. Even if we get a Latino, it's still not good enough because this guy that's making a Pablo Escobar accent is, no, that's not accurate, dude. So what you guys are saying is that this guy has to be a Cubano that plays.
No, I never said that, and I never moved the goalpost.
We never said Cubano.
I've said just like
he was a Cuban.
But I mean, it's like if you're hiring someone for a mafia movie, way. Do they just have to be white, or do they have to be Italian? Or if that person was Irish, can they just be white, or do they have to be a specific white? ¿Me entiendes? I've never said you have to get that detallito way, like you have to drill down that much. Yeah, Narcos, yeah. If his accent didn't stand out, like it didn't fit in, I don't think we would have fucking cared, or anybody would have said anything.
No, I didn't care. I thought it was a good performance.
You get used to it. But when we brought it up, you can go back and listen to it. It all stood out to all three of us. That at first you're like, whoa, what's happening? But once you got going and you got into the story, it disappeared. Yeah,
but just because you're not... See, I'm talking about as a community. You're talking about your anecdotal, like your own personal. You wouldn't move the goalpost. But as a whole, I'm saying the goalpost will move. If it's going to have to be a fucking Cubano for everybody to shut the fuck up and just let it go. Because if this guy's a Puerto Rican, if Mark Anthony played fucking Fidel Castro, then it's like... Hey, no. Whoa, wait. So it's always this. It's never happy. Wait. So at some point you got to realize that it's art.
Maybe the Cuban community might have a problem with it, but who knows? But like I'm saying, at least someone that knows the language, or that if they speak in Spanish, it doesn't sound choppy or forced or fake. Again, if it's an art, then you got to do the best to be able to portray a character that you are.
And it's mostly the people that aren't even from that. I mean, I'm saying a lot of the times the people that are complaining aren't really the people that are actually like, a few episodes ago we talked about the N-word. I don't really hear black people complaining that Latinos use the N-word. That's mostly a Latino complaint about other Latinos. So it's a very apparent that in the society that we're living in, we always make an argument about something that those people that are quote unquote affected don't give a shit about. Like that's.
Well, I wouldn't say they don't give a shit about.
They beat the motherfuckers down. That's what they do.
I mean,
go say it in front of a black person. See if they don't give a fuck about it.
And honestly, that's a nuanced statement because there's a lot of black people that wouldn't give a fuck. So you're saying it as like a broad stroke, and obviously that's not the case. Way.
I mean, in general, way. I mean, you're not gonna get. Every black person you sit in front of is not gonna fucking beat you up. That's gonna be a minority.
Look at like the No Jumper podcast where you hear Mexican guys say stuff like that in front of other black guys, and they don't give a shit because they know it's just. And what I'm talking about is as a whole way. I don't really hear black people complaining that Latinos use the N-word. I hear it mostly from the Latino community, upset that other Latinos use it. I mean, might be wrong, but I haven't really as like. A majority, I haven't really heard a lot of black people complain about that.
Well, I mean, they complain about it in general way. They don't go, hey, Latinos, stop using it. They're like, you should stop using it if you're not black in general. Way.
Yeah, but
They don't drill down to tú, pinche Mexican shouldn't be using it.
what they stick with other minorities where it's they when they refer to that, they're referring to the white Caucasian community. Like other minorities, we're all in the same fucking struggle together where and we get away with a lot of shit together. And I've never heard them say Latinos need to stop using the N-word. I've never read that. It's mostly other Latinos. Where
Well, we're going to start getting the DMs and stabs. They're like, hey, here's this one, here's that one.
No, I'm not saying that there's obviously it's impossible to say that every black person doesn't
Is
have
okay with
it
it.
because there's a lot of black people that are racist against Mexicans, and that's a question I have. Can they say the black community and like the Latinos cannot be racist to whites, but can we be racist to each other? Like, can the black community be racist to other Latinos?
Oh, for sure. Right?
So that's cool. Like we can say that.
That's cool, but I mean, it
No,
happens,
but it's like the dialogue that we can say, like, yeah, black people are racist towards Latinos, certain black people. Like, we can say that without feeling like, wait, no, like, they're black, they've been through all this stuff. We can't really.
Well, I mean, it depends who you're having this conversation with. It's like, yeah, you can have this conversation, but if you're having with somebody that it's not, ¿cómo te digo? That it's not within the community or grew up, then they're going to tell you like, oh, absolutely, that's not right or that's correct or lo que sea. It all depends. It's like us, you know, we all, I don't know about Fernie, but I know that you and I grew up around the black community, right?
Yeah.
So at some point, yeah, you were cool, but también there was beef within you guys.
Well, my first experience with racism was blacks being racist towards us, calling us wetbacks. The white community, I had no problem with them because they were the teachers. They were everybody that I saw that were trying to teach us and be really. In the 90s, I think teachers were. It was easier for a teacher to actually spend time with a student. Now there's so much bullshit that they have to deal with that I feel like teachers are starting to become like doctors, where they don't have that much time to focus on one student. Like they have so much going on, fucking supplies, all this shit, that I feel like a lot of kids are getting fucking the short end of the stick now. But when I was a kid, my teachers were great, bro. And they were all mostly white. The racism, my experience was with the black community, calling us wetbags. And then growing up, oh, black people can't be racist. But then in my head, I was always like, wait, but what is that then? Like, if it's not them being racist, like, what is that? Is it just shooting the shit between minorities? Everything's cool. We can bullshit back and forth. Like, I always wonder what that was. I'm not saying that I want to call them racist, but I want to really understand, like, how as a community we see they can't be racist to them, which is the white community, but can they be considered racist towards us? Like when a black kid beats and steals money from a street vendor, is that like a hate racist crime? Like the way that if a white person did that to the blacks, like it's little details like that I think about.
The minority on minority.
Yeah, and right now maybe I'm talking out loud. Like I'm not trying to offend anybody, but it's definitely stuff that I think about. Like, what is that considered that? Like I just don't understand, because to me it feels like our community keeps getting fucking pushed down by saying that that's not racism. Like to us it might feel like it is, but we're being told that they can't be racist. So I just feel like it keeps us even more down, Wayne.
I mean, you answered your own question. You said the first racism you experienced was from someone who's black.
But I mean, is that controversial for me to tell somebody?
No
that?
way, because it could go the dick. Why isn't that racism?
And that's my question: is like, can we be racist towards? And then the question then that is what does the minority mean? Where what is a minority? What is a minority to you guys?
Oh, well, the minority is in contrast to the white population.
Am I a minority?
Population.
Yes, definitely.
If I was worth 20 million, am I still a minority?
Yes.
Okay, so the Kardashians are minority women.
Probably.
Yes.
Okay, so when we shit on the Kardashians, and I'm not defending them, we're shitting on minority women. So my whole thing is like, we don't want to be represented cleaning houses in movies, but psychologically we don't see minorities as being fucking wealthy. So how do we expect for Hollywood to cast us in roles other than like a housemate when minority women like the Kardashians are being treated like shit because they're rich? So it's like, are you a minority when you're poor, but then when you're wealthy, you're not a minority anymore? Like, it's just...
you're still a minority. You're just a wealthy minority.
But then you get shitted on, right? You're no longer part of the...
But that's two different posts. I mean, where you're talking about one, like a financial, like a what wealth bracket are you in?
I'm
también.
asking questions, where I'm
That's
not
what I'm saying.
making statements. I'm asking questions.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But like one of them is like a wealth, pues, like a financial one. The other one's your ethnicity, pues. Like on the ethnicity, you can be pretty rich if you look like a normal person. Someone still might be racist to you, güey. ¿Me entiendes? So like you could still fucking be a millionaire. And estoy en el pinche Target or whatever, fucking buying someone. Someone might still throw some racist shit at me. Or ya ves, there's también countless videos of black people or people of color or brown people. You go on YouTube and the cops pull them over and they're like DAs or they're other cops or they're other people like or senators or something way or council people. And it didn't, that part didn't matter. Mm-hmm. Or they might be in a nice car way and they pulled them over for that exact reason. Hey, you're a person of color. Is this your car? And then so the money part at that point when you're talking about your color, pues, or your ethnicity, the money part almost, I don't want to say doesn't matter, pero it's another factor.
The money part to me matters because subconsciously we don't associate minorities with wealth. When we hear minorities, we don't consider the Kardashians. I mean, you guys, because I asked the question, but I bet a lot of people never really thought that these are minority women that are fucking crushing it. So to me, it's like, like how in my brain I can't comprehend it. It's just my ignorance. I can't comprehend how the way the Kardashians, and I'm not defending them. I mean, I don't give a shit about these women, but the way that and then that's me saying fuck minority women. So see how that fucking gets a little tricky.
But you're not talking about the minority. You're talking about them as
but
they're status.
They're minority women though. Like I don't care how much they're worth. They're still minority women. So I don't want to like have to like make my own what minority women mean. It makes my life easier that as a not to like pinpoint, because that's where I think a lot of confusion happens with religion, with everything. It's like, no, this is good, but not that. No, to me, I have to look at it across some fucking woman from Oaxaca. In my brain, is a minority the same as the Kardashians because it has nothing to do with wealth. It has to do with where you're from and your skin color, ethnicity. Yeah. So I just don't, in my fucking pea brain, I just can't comprehend how the way the Kardashians are treated in the public, how everybody shits on them, how we expect for us to not get casted in roles other than fucking cleaning when they're minorities with money. It's like, that's not the minority that we're talking about. So how are we going to get represented in movies if we ourselves subconsciously associate minorities with not having wealth?
But they're not shitting on the Kardashians because of the color of their skin, way.
Yeah, I'm looking deeper than that.
They're not being racist toward like that's not the shit they're taking way. Well, I mean, they probably gotten some racist takes at them, but that's not why people are shitting on them way.
Yeah, no, go deeper way. You're in the surface level. You need to go deeper. That's where I'm at way. That's what I'm trying to explain.
Well,
like that's surface level conversation. Way.
También is like I think the roles are changing. The roles that the Latino community or the Hispanic community, whatever you call it, are changing. You got Mexicans now in fucking space. You know, fucking what is it? Diego Luna is Andor.
Yeah, this month, bro.
Yeah, you know, fucking. You got other what?
Meet the Kardashians tomorrow.
Nice. Handle it.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that. We have other Latinos playing superheroes. So I think es como siempre has dicho, Esteban. It's a good time to be alive right now. You know, things are changing. That narrative is changing. It's not going as fast as we want it, but it's happening.
Subconsciously, we have to start associating minorities with wealth if we want change. Because when we hear minority, it triggers people that are hurting and
pobre,
yeah. So when we make that change is when we're gonna have a lot of change. Way until then, I don't see it changing, bro.
But I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're talking about like a few different things. Where like when you talk about minority, when we started, it's ethnicity. Way like the money part could be a factor. Like you're saying, like when you pull it in as a whole picture. But like when you keep saying minority, you do picture a pobre, but you picture a person of color pobre. You know what I mean? Like raza or someone black. And it goes back to what we were talking about last time. Where like growing up, if in those shows or those movies. Yeah, consciously you don't think about it, way. Like, oh, I don't remember wanting that. Sorry, es que esta madre is fucking, it's dragging down. Like you don't think about it, but subconsciously it does build, pues, ¿me entiendes? So like if you see those people on TV, pues you say, you might not say out loud, oh, finally, wait, look, someone that looks like me. But in your subconscious, it picks that up. Oh shit, look, that becomes an option, ¿me entiendes? So if kind of like me, like I said, I don't watch the novelas and see those rich people, but if I see rich people on something I watched, even on TV way, then in my head, it's kind of a possibility in the back of my head. So like it goes back to like what you're saying, you have to kind of see and change that perspective of like when you think of a brown person, you don't think of the maid at the hotel or something, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's questions, bro. It's questions that I ask myself all the time. It just helps me understand where, because I just don't see how we're gonna get where people want to get when there's so much, like, everybody makes their own interpretation, and as they should, because we all live different lives, way. We all have different. We think we share this world, way, but we really don't. We're all living different lives, and we're just kind of coming together sometimes, but. Your reality is different than mine's way, and what you think is your reality is different than what actually is reality, and that's why we get a really confusing fucking society way, and I don't know way. I mean, subconsciously, we communicate more than people want to realize. Way, if you look at the post on the battery, the black, quote unquote, black side is the negative side. When you go to a fucking funeral, black clothes is considered mourning and dark. People don't realize that that's doing something to your subconscious fucking mind way. When you're associating black with negative shit, and then you look at black community, black this, black that, subconsciously you're already conditioned and associate the color black with something negative way. And I don't think people even realize that they're doing that way, because it's not something that they do thinking about it, but it's the way we're conditioned that it affects the way we are as humans. Way.
Yeah, that makes sense. Way. That would make sense. Way, if a bit, because you're right. Way. The color black was not a happy color, was.
And white is like pure. Like think of the other side of it. White is considered pure and
bright, light, and
the dark. The night warm, is dark and fucking scary
and cold.
You don't think that shit's fucking affect?
Oh, that makes sense, Wayne. That makes sense that you.
I mean, it sucks way that
subconsciously, yeah.
It sucks that we're conditioned like that, but it's just if you really think about some of our perspectives, they're definitely tainted way, and I don't know where it's just. I was thinking about that when I was. All this Kardashian shit, I was thinking when I was buying that charger that I left at home at Target.
Poco todo eso?
Yeah.
No mames, güey.
But I mean,
how the fuck?
How does anything happen,
like,
bro?
I bet you the Kardashians don't go through this shit at Target.
Dude, if I tell you how my brain works, way, fucking, it's just all over the place, way.
But I mean, Ramon's not wrong, way. That it's changing, way. Like it's more. The representation, pues, is changing. Mm-hmm. Not so much just like what you're saying, que Latinos playing Latinos. Because también acuérdate, there was a shitstorm when they cast Jennifer Lopez as Selena, way.
Yeah,
she was Mexican.
I remember that, yeah.
So she was a Latina, and it worked out I think it worked out. People ended up liking it pretty much, pretty good.
Did they? Was it the consensus
it's
that it was good?
I think over time, pues.
And,
it just kind of grew on people?
Yeah. So that kind of, that jealousy or hate, whatever you want to call it, kind of dissipated, pues, and then they just accepted it all because she did a good job.
Yeah.
But remember, there was a shitstorm way, like every fucking Channel 34, or right here is Univision, Telemundo, interviewing people talking shit and people protesting que no es mexicana.
Yeah.
And even the like the Chicano community, like I would say what the educated Chicanos or the spokesperson for Chicanos of Aztlán or whatever it was, they're like, yeah, this is a Mexican American that's being portrayed by a Puerto Rican. And I remember when I was hearing all that, I'm like, it's no different from like other movies. Look at La Bamba. Richie Valens was in a Chicano.
Yeah.
Look at what else was like fucking Blood In, Blood Out. Like the main guy was also Puerto Rican. Jimmy Smits and Mi Familia.
In a sense, though, even then I remember thinking kind of the same thing, where like Hollywood's in California, where you can throw fucking piedra and you'll find a Mexican to do it. But I'm saying the end she did good, and that dissipated. But I think the representation now is changing from just like we were saying, like the Castro one way. It's more about, like he's saying, like the Mandalorian. Pues the Mandalorian could be anything, way. It could be blue, green, brown, black. It just happens to be brown, ¿me entiendes?
Yeah.
So-
He's Chileno, I think.
Yeah, so in that sense, pues, things are changing way where those roles that before were just, we just need to cast somebody, it would have been white. ¿Me entiendes? The white was the color of choice.
Yeah.
So that in that sense it's changing. Just like people are pissed off now at the Game of Thrones and the Lord of the Rings shows, they have fucking black people.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, but esos, like all those characters that they're talking about, way, like they could be anything, way.
Oh, well, there was a controversy with J.R.R.
sagging,
Tolkien, the writer for
Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. Apparently, I think the guy was racist.
No, he was the opposite.
He was the opposite?
People are
What guy are you talking about?
The writer.
So-
Tolkien.
So, I mean, my understanding, it's the opposite. So people are saying that they're shitting on him, way, and fucking up his vision, que porque there's black elves, and elves are supposed to be a veces kind of pale
yeah.
and white,
And,
right?
and the black elf is Latino, too.
I haven't seen it. I don't even know who he is, but I've heard the shit talking, and they're saying que pretty much they're shitting on his grave. But that dude, if you look it up, El Token wanted the thing to be inclusive, way. Like he was about it. That's why he has so many different like type of characters y todo. And there's a quote from him or something, or an interview or something, that he said he hopes in the future, pues, like that things like are more inclusive, kind of like his Steve. Like he's trying to show que a bunch of different races and stuff can come together, pues. In esos tiempos when all the interpretations of him, pues the elves have been white, but he never specifically fucking.
Well, so the elves were always white, but the orcs, the evil, the fucking, they had to be black.
Well, I don't know if they had to, but they were black.
No. He
Well, he said in the books,
yeah,
the dark,
they were
yeah.
black and everything. So with this new series that they did, if you look at it, some of these orcs, they're not black, they're like grayish, and they kind of like they do still have some, but it's not like the Lord of the Ring movies where
But
they were like really black.
I mean, the hobbits were supposed to be a different color, way.
Yeah.
They're not supposed to be white, way. They're supposed to be like a yellow or a green tint or something. I
That's
forgot
why
what
they
it
were
was.
all green.
But like the Game of Thrones, they're saying that black people isn't historically accurate to come out in that show.
I mean, dude,
Because from what I've seen, I've never seen archaeologists fucking uncover dragon fucking bones and shit. So it's definitely a fictional
that's what I'm saying.
fucking.
It's definitely fictional.
They could be anything.
Yeah, so at that point, there's no need for it to be historically fucking accurate. I mean, that's kind of dumb.
Y eso que también on that one, way, there's the guy's still alive, way. The guy that wrote these things is still alive, way. And he was like, yeah, bro, it's fucking cool. Like, so I don't understand. Wait, if someone's the authority, wouldn't it be that guy, way?
That's crazy, bro.
Even if but it's fictional shit. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So now that's when the representation is changing, where they still get. Even now is the Little Mermaid. That the Little Mermaid's black, and the fucking people are up in arms, way fucking ruining my childhood type of shit, way.
I think the like them being black is not a problem. That's the symptom, right? Like these people have these underlying prejudice against black people. Let's be honest, way. If they can't stand to see them in a fucking fictional movie, the problem is not that there's a black person on screen. That's the symptom of your fucking racism that's already embedded in you.
That
Has nothing to do with the fucking movie. Like, that's not the problem. That's the symptom of your fucking racism. Where like, imagine if fucking we were upset like that there was a black person in The Simpsons, way. Imagine how stupid that would sound, way. If in the 90s we were like, hey, why is fucking this fake Michael Jackson dude on The Simpsons? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, how crazy is that, dude? It's a fucking cartoon, way.
Even fucking remember when Obama got fucking elected, bro. They kept making excuses porque no les pasaba, güey. And it was mostly because he was black, güey.
Oh, because he has no birth certificate. Oh, because he's a Muslim, or because
they find excuses to validate like their prejudice under the good.
That's what I'm saying, way. So that's not really a problem. That's a symptom to what's already a problem in your fucking head, way.
Yeah.
But they think that having a black person in a TV show is a problem.
And I'm not trying to get into their mindset or anything. It's just that I think what their prejudice does come out, but it also comes out on everybody else, where like they're seeing that now either Hollywood or entertainment or whatever it is just pushing this on everybody. You know?
There's a little bit of that too.
Yeah,
man.
that they're pushing that, we have to be all inclusive, whether it's...
I mean, sorry, bro. Go ahead.
No, I
Will.
was just gonna say that goes to what he was saying earlier. When you have when you're doing it to fill a quota, pues, and it feels forced, that's otro pedo.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's you filling a quota way. When you're just doing it, fucking casting the best person for the jale or whatever,
But how do they do that? I mean, if I'm mistaken or correct, I think the black community makes up like 17% of the population. So if we're gonna start being inclusive to everybody, how do we gauge that? And who's the authority? And to say that this is how we're gonna gauge it? If the black community makes up 17% of the community, should they make up 17% of the representation on TV? Like, who's gonna decide those key
how do you
little?
do that, yeah.
Because if we go by the society, then the black people aren't going to get represented that much. Because if they make up 17% of the population, so how do you gauge that?
So someone said there's a study somewhere that they recently did that in that sense, they're this much of the population in media, they're overrepresented.
I mean, I don't know if they are or not, but
No,
what
that's
I'm saying.
Someone did a study, and
What I'm saying is, who makes those rules, and what metrics are you going to go with? Because if you go with that, they're not going to be represented at all.
I mean, in my head, in my little world, pues, I would say that overrepresentation of someone of color is kind of more of a benefit, porque now, like we're saying earlier, subconsciously, kids or people of that are more impressionable and still don't think things through, like kind of we're talking about, they just kind of what they see. It's better for them to see themselves, because white people forever already know, like even when they say they don't have privilege, we all know that there is a privilege, like a passive. You don't have to do shit to have that little privilege way. Like there's some benefits to being white. You don't have to do shit way. Like it's just passive. So a little bit of overrepresentation, I think, is a good thing. So like you kind of reinforce it in kids, like we were saying earlier, that you can do other things, pues, than be like for raza, the maid or the janitor or something, like those classic positions you think about in your head,
But let me ask you like an honest question though. You saying that it'll do good to overrepresent? Like that's what you said, right?
I don't think force it or overdoing it, but a little bit of overrepresentation, I think would be good.
So I don't see how. I mean, it would be good for the community, but if white people make up the majority of the population, they're the ones that are going to be the majority of the ones bitching about overrepresentation, right? So as a society, is it? I mean, obviously there needs to be change, right? And like Ramon always says, where you have to crack a few eggs to make an omelet.
Yeah.
Don't I always say that?
But I don't know. You said it a few times.
Yeah, you said it a few times for sure.
So what I'm thinking right now, Alawi, is at some point it's going to be more controversial as a whole society to have more representation, obviously, right? Because
it's controversial now, way.
Yeah, but how else are we going to have change, right?
Well, it goes back to, sometimes we talk about like balance of things, way. Right now, the shit's disbalanced. So
in what way is it disbalanced that
I'm saying? Like, white people have that natural privilege way, like the natural, or they already done it in that sense of media, pues ya han avanzado un chingo. There's a disbalance way. There's a disbalance, and you don't just like balance it by keeping it equal way, because then you keep it an equal means you keep that disbalance. But you're not shifting the weight, ¿me entiendes? So first you have to shift a little bit of the weight to bring it back to level, and then you go back to like, okay, so now at this point, overrepresentation maybe matters. Maybe now it comes back to the 17-20%. Hey, ¿sabes qué? You got 40% right now, way. We gotta knock you down a few notches, way, porque now shit's unfair, and now we have too much weight on this side, and the scale's gonna start balancing the other way. No, you need a balance way, but first you have to get to that balance, and then kind of ponerle frenos, way.
And it's interesting that way, because when you talk about white people, are you talking about Americans, or when you say white, what is it that you're referring to? Way?
I've been talking from the beginning, the color of your skin, way.
So even like a minority person, like let's say a Jewish community that supposedly for years the Jewish have been like said, oh, you guys own Hollywood, this and that. So that's essentially a minority group that owns.
But sometimes when you see, I mean, in my perspective, I'm not looking at the religion. I'm not looking. I mean, by the looks of it, si se ve güero, es güero. I don't know if he's Jewish. I don't know if
That's ignorance, though. Way.
No, I know. I understand that, but I'm not going to go about and ask him or say, hey, are you Jewish or are you white?
But I think if we're going to publicly complain about something, I think we should really understand what we're complaining about. Because if it's like textbook what we're saying, then minorities are crushing it way. Because if they say that Jewish are fucking the guys and the women that run media, that's minority way. So it just gets a little blurry way. Like white's considered fucking American blue eyes, but then a Jewish person is also considered white, and they don't have really. It gets tricky.
Well, let's not forget this though. Somehow, when brown skin or other than light skin started coming into the picture, the Irish were considered minorities. They were considered the grunts. They were the I'm not gonna say the low scum the way they sound, but they were like definitely getting stepped on.
Scum.
Wait, that way you have intelligence way that most people don't have. I would say way because you in your mind understand that there's a difference. The problem is that as a whole. How do you think the Irish feel when they get labeled fucking white way, knowing the history of their country? That's not fair way. Mm-hmm. It's not fair, dude.
But that's what I'm saying. When you're talking about the color of your skin, that happens in everything way. Look at all the Salvadorians, like we were saying way. People look at them and go, "Oh, fucking Mexicans."
Yeah,
I know,
but they're not Mexicans, and that was a whole beef. And then the whole fucking thing started with the fucking the MS y todo el desmadre también, because they got balled up like dick any. Even the immigrants way, they always say they call them Mexican. Even the ones that were in the news earlier, pinches Mexicans way, and they're like Venezuelan way.
No, I get that way, but there's more people that are gonna back up somebody with a darker skin that's considered a minority than some Irish dude that's just plain fucking white, but is fucking. His history or hers is rough, bro, and I don't think people have the intelligence to differentiate that. No, dude, that's not just some white person. That's some fucking chick from Ireland, or that's some dude that they went through shit. They fought with us in fucking Mexico. Like, I think we have to be a little bit smarter with how we view white, because white gets like I think about these people too. Where how fucked up if I was the Irish dude and I fucking had a shitty life and no fucking representation and nobody backing me up, and then somebody's telling me that I'm privileged. I'll be as an Irish dude. I'll be like. What the fuck, dude?
Wait, let's not go too far. ¿Cuántas veces no te dijeron a ti, güero, cuando ibas a Tijuana?
Yeah, of course, man.
And it's just like, I don't know, way. I don't know how you're gonna change people's mentality or way of seeing things. Where even in our family, in our culture, and our parents' country, o lo que sea, is you go over there right away. Eres gringo, eres güero.
Yeah, but that's a different kind of white.
No,
way.
I know, but it's just.
That's them talking shit. Way.
It's talking shit.
That's them being salty that you fucking have a new PlayStation and
that your parents took that risk, right?
That's because Ramon would show up to Mexico with all this pogs that he fucking bought.
Yeah, porque no tienes nada de güero,
I had
güey.
G.I. Joes.
Oh, sorry, bro.
Yeah, porque no tienes nada de güero, güey. No,
Bueno, ni el pinche asterisco, güey.
No, nuevo ni el culito, güey. Güero.
Yeah, so that's just them talking shit, güey. That's not the same güero.
But it's just like... Alvaro, I mean, again, you can't, like, if you see a light-skinned person, and it goes back to what Esteban was saying, subconsciously, you have already been conditioned to, like, when you see them, like, okay, that's white, not knowing, maybe they're South African, maybe they're Irish, maybe they're fucking del DF, güey. I mean, ¿cuándo nos pasó cuando conocí al amigo de tu primo, el coreano?
Oh, yeah.
Pero,
right away, I'm all like...
Pero, ¿sabes, güey? Just to be realistic and take the other side of that, even if they are South African and Irish, the point is that they'll still get more ahead because of their skin color.
Yeah,
right?
they still have a plus one.
And that's what I have to acknowledge that as a fucking rational person that I think I am. I have to acknowledge that even if they're fucking from Mexico, from Guadalajara, and they're white, even if they're from these countries, they're gonna get judged. What I'm just saying is, let's be a little smarter and not be part of that whole fucking group that's ignorant like that way.
Well, I mean, the pedo is we can be as smart as we want, way, and we can drill down as much as we want. But at the end of the day, whatever they are, as long as that color of their skin is white, they have a +1 to their life.
And I agree with that.
They could have been poorer than us, way.
Yeah, of course.
They could have been poorer than us. They could have had a rougher life coming up than us. They could have fucking had a more violent fucking life coming up. You know, like there's a lot of factors where like there's no way for me to look at someone and know what the fuck they've been through, way. Pero immediately, like we're saying, way, like they have a +1 on life, way.
And immediately we label
Even if they don't take advantage of it.
Immediately we categorize them as white. Like immediately. Like,
yeah, well, I mean,
yeah, of course.
We're as humans, we're stupid that way.
Yeah,
because I mean, without you sitting down and having only a 3-hour fucking talk with them, you'll scratch the surface, way. But I mean, what are you gonna know from just looking at a guy, way?
But do most people care, way? Because everybody's going through their own shit, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so either, way. I think most people are
I enjoy to sit down and talk to somebody.
I do too, but like I said, we're fucking. I mean, we're not. I don't think we're the norm, way.
Yeah, but I'm saying we're saying like you're not just gonna see a stranger on the street and go, I wonder what his life is. Hey, wait, vente pa acá, way.
Honestly, bro, I do think that way. I'm not telling.
Obviously, you haven't met me, fuckers.
No.
Obviously, you haven't been.
No. But I never hear you talk about a white person that you met with. It's usually a raza.
No, but I'm saying You'll be like at a bar and you strike up some little small talk.
Yeah.
But I'm saying someone I see random, you're not just gonna pull them off the fucking street and go, hey, let's go on this bar
But
together.
I mean, they have common sense. They're like, hey, what is this fucking Prietillo fucking asking me all these
This
questions? He's
güero.
gonna scan
Unless you're in another country, right, bro? Like we talked about, I see an alley hat somewhere in fucking Africa or somewhere. I'm like, hey, dude, what's up? Let's go fucking...
Well, but then you know something. Then it's not just a white or a brown person or something.
Yeah.
Now you've added a factor. Oh, he's a Dodger fan too.
He's one of mine.
Yeah.
But
so now he's in my club.
I know, but that's a good point, Fernie, is because even if you don't agree with people politically, I can guarantee you that there's something that you both share that can be fucking...
Oh, yeah, most of the time.
But nobody wants to... I shouldn't say nobody, but a lot of people are not willing to take that shot, where because you automatically categorize people. And that's how we are, where we're humans. We do it all the time. I do it all the time too, way. But then I try to catch myself, like, wait, no, where you can't be a dick, way.
Pero también, imagínate, güey, like fucking... We're at a random fucking country and you see somebody que sea de LA or lo que sea and you start chatting it up and you start asking these questions. In my mind already like, nah, fuck you. I'm not going to answer nothing. You're trying to get information.
But is it based on their skin color?
No, in general.
Oh, really?
I'm not going to start...
You don't trust white or black or brown?
No, dude. They're going to get my information. I'm going to get stranded out here.
Getting scammed, bro.
Yeah, I'm getting scammed, bro. And not the good kind.
Damn, bro.
You know? Fucking... Yeah, it's... But... I do notice that there is a change. There's getting a little bit more representation, which is good. Good parts, bad parts. Small, big, lo que sea. I'm seeing a lot of raza. I noticed that there's more changes in characterization también. Lord of the Rings, fucking Game of Thrones, The Little Mermaid, sea lo que sea. You're seeing a lot more of other colors, but también other I don't know, what would you say? Orientation. Because I'm noticing now more and more there's more shows where open sexuality is being portrayed now.
You're being groomed, bro.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess. You start seeing more of, same-sex relationships.
Joke, guys. It's a joke because people take things too seriously.
I know.
I know. People take shit really serious, bro.
And it's just like, oh, okay. When back in the days, that used to be taboo, or that used to be.
Larry
risky.
Flynn got fucking in a wheelchair because he put a black guy with a white chick on one of his fucking magazines. I mean, that's the shit we used to live in. Way.
What? Yeah.
I mean, I think we're still around.
People
we still have
fucking...
some people like that.
Yeah, but I mean, they just talk noise. I mean, yeah, of course, there's still people like that way, but I mean. When's the last person you heard, like famous person that was put in a wheelchair because they put a black person with a white person in a fucking ad way? I mean, I want to jump on what you're saying that's getting better. I want to say that it's getting better, that shit's not happening también, way. So
yeah,
I feel that it's getting better for sure, way. And even if it's not getting better, at least we're having a dialogue, way, and that's moving towards a change, way, because. If you come from a different life way and you come from a privileged background and you don't know what people want way, and if you start hearing people complaining like, hey, we need more people, and eventually they're gonna hear so many people talk about things that they're probably gonna say, you know what, maybe they're right. We should try to cater to different people.
I want to know. I wish I could. what are the ratings or what are the acceptance or the popularity of certain shows in certain parts of the country, in certain states, por ejemplo? Like, I know that, like, from, at least over here on the west side, from, like, what is it, Oregon down to California, I don't think they have that much of a problem, right? They might have here and there.
A problem with what?
I know what you're talking about.
With like, intermixing races, portraying the LGBT community.
There's crybabies everywhere.
No, I know,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's so big. Like, so I would, what I would,
You'd be
what I-
surprised when.
what I would want to know
Have
is
you
like
been to Oregon?
Netflix, like if they could say like, you know what, this show where there's
¿Dónde pegó?
donde tienen más vista, you know, like, so I know that they would see more, like in the West Coast they'll have good, on the East Coast I see New York, maybe Florida, parts of it and everything, but I wonder how the central of the
That's the real questions what you're
Yeah.
asking, man.
I wonder
Wanna
what
see the
the
racistas, he
ratings,
says.
what the ratings are.
Let's
Like,
do what it
if
is.
people get
Let-
turned off by it, they don't even watch it. They're against it.
Let me ask you this way: what do you think is the of the users of Netflix? You think the biggest demographic is whites, or
I have no idea.
what would you guess? Way, if you had to guess, what would you think? There's more of the white community on Netflix, more blacks, more Latinos, more.
I think now it might have changed, but at the beginning I would say it would have been more whites. I because for the long, I mean, how long? I mean, I don't know. Fernie is different, but it took me a long time before I started even subscribing or looking into Netflix.
So if let's say, for the sake of this conversation, let's say it's predominantly white users in the U.S. on Netflix. So it's like them going to a concert expecting a certain style of music, and then you bring in a fucking norteño band to open up. People are gonna be like, wait, I know this is you want to be inclusive, but what the fuck? We're not into this. I think that's a little bit what's happening in Netflix and just as a whole way, is that we're still in a majority white society way. And I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying that this is something that needs to be discussed, that I think is what's happening, is that Netflix has a predominantly white user base. And when you start throwing the trans stuff colored, they're just like, wait, what is this? And that's the noise that we're hearing.
I think I see it more as a festival than a concert. The main stage might be like, you know, what you're gonna go see, but you have all these other little side stages that, like, you're all like, you know what? What's happening over there?
But is the main stage getting most of the?
I think it still does.
Then that's once we start shifting way, I think we'll start seeing more of like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, at least for movies, way, like moviegoers, they're the most latest studies way say Latinos are the ones that go the most way.
Yeah, no, but I'm talking about Netflix. Where I'm talking about
like a lot of the
actual
shows, not the movies,
platform.
but the
Netflix,
shows.
And Netflix is so big that I think their breakdown probably breaks down similar to like the U.S. way. Like so like if the white population is like 60% ponle, it's gonna be in that ballpark for like the subscriptions, and I think it's gonna. But I think as a whole, I think Latinos, I think we,
What, bro?
in media like that, I think we like that type of shit. I think we consume more of it way. So I think in Netflix we probably have a lot of Latinos on their way. But it's saying I think it took us a while to get there. Way.
I mean, it said Netflix US, but I don't know.
But I'm thinking, because Freddy's are like, as far as subscriptions, I think whites about like, yeah, because you have that one Latino that gives this fucking password to all the family.
That's a good point. Throws out the numbers.
Throws it all off.
Fucks it up, boy.
I mean, I don't think Netflix will ever release those numbers because
No.
they're pretty tight with their data. Where
Yeah.
They're fucking
So,
callers with their shit.
I'm curious to see what's the ratings on the shows, not movies, but the shows, because a lot of the shows is what throws this, right? Or not throws it, but exposes a lot of more interracial, more of the LGBT, more of the minority shows, or lo que sea. I wanted to, what's the impact like in
Do you want to see how racist and not tolerant people are?
I'm curious if Netflix Mexico or Latino America is also, because Mexico is conservative country way, arguably.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Not even arguably, it's pretty fucking.
So I'm curious what
it's changing.
I'm
It's
curious what the
changing, but-
narrative is down there with. I wonder if Netflix is throwing all this stuff as well, and I wonder if Netflix Mexico or Latin America, if they feel about white shows the way white people feel about Hispanic and black shows here, like, or Latinos. I wonder if in Mexico is reverse way, where like La Raza's like, I don't want to see these fucking Americans. I want to see my people. Or does it change? Where does it change in another country? You know?
And I'm gonna speak on this only because I've had this conversation with my cousins and family and friends out there. They do enjoy the American cinema because they have the budget, the stars or the movie stars are really big and everything, but they also enjoy like the Mexican shows or the Mexican movies también, because they've noticed that there's a little, at some point, the raza or the Mexicans were thinking que el cine de oro was coming back again.
Yeah, well, like before Amores Perros or after Amores Perros?
Around that time, because you started having all these movies where like better scripts, better storytelling. You started having these actors that were coming up,
bigger budgets, right?
Bigger budgets and everything, and then at some point, it just became trash again. No, it did because
they all came over here.
No.
See, I don't know, güey.
No, I don't think
Diego
so.
Luna, like we said, is now at Disney.
Gael
That's a good point, bro.
Bernal.
Los otros are making movies in English.
Iñárritu is fucking making Leonardo.
I know, seriously. He didn't cast Eugenio Derbez for that fucking role.
So I'm not wrong, güey.
But you know what? We have to acknowledge though that as Latinos, we're conditioned to see a white race in the TV way. So I think we're a little bit in Mexico. They're probably more accepting of like the white actor or actress, and then here the white community subconsciously is not used to seeing a different ethnicity on camera because they're used to just seeing white people. And with us, we're used to seeing white people on fucking on the TV también, way that a lot of people in Mexico, that's how they learn fucking English, where they used to watch fucking American shows and movies.
Yeah.
So at least our generation.
Well, again, going back to the 90s, I don't know, remember the 90s programming, but I know X-Files was really big over there.
No, I don't know that.
Yeah, because at some point, it's like Mexico was very, and I'm going with Mexico, and I'm not going to, try to downplay any other countries or anything, because I grew up watching Mexican television and Mexican movies, but El Cine de Oro.
I mean, wait, even in Brazil, Sudamerica, fucking Centroamerica, I mean, if you're actress, you want to go to Mexico. It's still like a fucking key market,
even
bro.
Singers,
it's a key market where you're not shitting on Salvadoreños or not. You're just pointing out facts that Mexico still is a huge fucking market way.
Yeah. So I remember watching all these movies and they were great. And then all of a sudden, because either, I don't know if it's corruption or I don't know if it's because of budget, I don't know because, greed or lo que sea.
Migration.
Fucking more roles opening up in the U.S. What happened is that they switched from film into video and they started doing all these video films. And then the
films?
Yeah, like, during you started having like Los Verduleros, not Los Verduleros, you started having like the Almada movies. Yeah. They used to be really good. And then at some point they transitioned to video. They just like, the budget wasn't there.
not the scene, like straight to video. You
mean? No. The actual production of the movie was done on video.
Like a tape?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's why I don't know if you remember during the time, like even like fucking the VHS covers, they all look fucking tacky, but all those videos they used it video film. Video film. Right, so
video film.
Yeah,
but that's what I'm saying. Are you saying they're recording them on camcorders?
They were on
or you're saying that they're tapes. Like the straight to tape.
They were
movies.
Recording them on cheaper
like
equipment.
Just kind of like when Seagal and Van Damme passed their prime, where their movies just went straight to tape. But they're not filming them on camcorders. Way
they were filming them on cassette tapes.
For sure, that's crazy.
Yeah, on those beta tapes or whatever it was. The beta.
But I mean, literally, like the camcorder you have at your house.
I think so. No, I don't think it was a It must have been a fancy camcorder, but it wasn't a film camera. It must have been a video camera, but a fancy one.
What year are you talking about?
We're talking in the mid '80s.
That would make sense, no?
Yeah,
like
even
a tape in those days.
I mean, look, I'm not saying that I'm really right, but I know that the majority of them were doing that.
It would have been way cheaper
to cut down production and everything, and then that's why they were able to fucking throw out all. I mean, fucking in a year, I think the Almadas threw out like what, fucking 10 films or 10 fucking movies.
It became about fucking quantity and quality.
Not quality. And so they started saturating it, right? And then come the 90s, and you know, they start changing that whole mentality, and they started investing back in the production of the film, and they started getting real fucking good scripts, and they started getting all these actors, and it started blowing up. And yeah, it was coming, dude. It was the Mexican films in the 90s were fucking good. Really good. And then what happens? Maybe you're right. All the fucking
migration, bro.
And then fucking Hollywood's all like, hey,
that's not bad, bro.
that's not bad. Let's bring them over here.
Because I mean, if you think about it, all the
that's
people
a good question though. Is it bad or is it good?
But think about it. All the people you're talking about that were making these great movies you're talking about now are making movies for fucking Hollywood.
Guillermo del
I
Toro.
know, but look at what we're saying. Where like they went from putting raza in fucking film, staying in Mexico, to now putting fucking white people in films, being here, following more of like the fame and the notoriety. And I'm not blaming them for it, way, but is it really a good thing that they did that way? Because they're not giving opportunities to Mexican actor.
I think what might have happened is now it's difficult for them to transition from doing films over here going back to Mexico, because I'm all like, hey, look, acá me pagan millones en dólares y acá me quieren pagar millones en pesos.
Let's be honest though, because that change correlates to the cartel fucking wars. So maybe it also got dangerous to film over there.
That's true too.
Because you know, there's been stories with people filming shit in the fucking.
Well, it happened to the Netflix crew, no? When they were doing the narcos, they were scouting for locations or something. Fucking
they got hit up.
Yeah, no sé si asustaron o I don't know what it was. I mean, I know there was something that happened there.
I remember who was it? I saw an interview with one of them, one of these directors. Pero también, I think it's kind of the. I think like what you're saying, that they're not filling them. I feel like their movies do have more representation sometimes. There's not just like the DiCaprio in the front type of shit. But I think they're just they got here and they're just kind of filling the best, like they're doing the best they can within like the system and like the way they see the film. Pues like so like maybe they don't see a Mexican in every one of their scripts, or maybe this script doesn't need a Mexican in every fucking position. So, so they're not thinking about it in that way. Que, let me get all my familia in here. Way.
No, but I did see which one was it? It was either I don't know if it was a Iñárritu film or a Guillermo del Toro film, where I like to look at the credits. I don't know where this started, but now it's like I really enjoy watching the credits. I'm looking at it.
Boomer shit.
No, for me, it's like that's why like when there's a certain character that I really like their performance or anything, I'll try to find them in the credits and get their name just to keep it like in the memory bank.
You got a strong bladder, bro. Because when the credits hit, I'm out. I gotta take a piss.
That's why for me, el vasito ahí al lado.
No, mames, güey.
For me, it has flipped. I used to like to watch the credits, and now I'm like skip.
And now I'm watching the credits and. When I see one of their movies or anything, I see more of like fucking Latino last names, you know?
Yeah.
Sanchez, Villarreal, fucking Lopez, and all this. And I'm like, okay, that's good. They might not have been in the film, but they're part of the...
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they don't just... they might put like the DiCaprios in the front or whatever, but they fill the rest of the stuff a little bit.
Well, that's because you guys are more rational way. Like people don't think that. They're not... Who's watching credits way? Like it could be a movie that's completely 100% all Latino and Latinas in the back end. And they're all white fucking actors, they'll still bitch about it because they're not going to do that homework.
But it kind of goes to what you're saying that one time, way que we want a thing to be all Latino.
Yeah.
And that's not how it works, way. You gotta, you want to get your people in on shit, way, pero también you don't want to be unfair in the other direction, you know? So I think that's kind of like what they're going with. I mean, like ves, Hollywood always wants you to put una estrella enfrente, way, a name. So you got to kind of do that shit. But I'm saying, you got to be fair where you can't just go fucking, unless it calls for it. Maybe if it's a movie about a Latino family and a Latino neighborhood, then maybe everybody's fucking Latino, you know, because it calls for it. But apart from that way, like, you still got to be fair way, you know?
Mm-hmm. You got to be fair though, Fernando, but you also have to keep the chemistry the way it is. And if you have a crew, and I'm assuming if you're a film director, I honestly, if I was a film director, I wouldn't give a shit what they look like. I want the best people, whatever they look like, to be in my squad. So that being said, if I make 5 films and I blow up, I'm not caring about changing my crew to be more inclusive, because then you change dynamics. What if that my fucking brain's gonna think, what if that fucks up the rhythm of things and this movie sucks? No, I'm gonna stay with my crew core, crew that I had from the start, and I don't give a shit about including everybody, because these are the people that I vibe with. I have chemistry with them. We work well together. But people watching the silver screen are like, what the fuck? Not even understanding that these people have a rapport with these people. That's why they prefer to work with them. Certain actors, fucking Quentin Tarantino likes to work with the same people because they have rapport, they have chemistry, they know what to expect from each other, and it translates into the screen.
Yeah, the actors, you see directors, and they have a favorite. They always have that one actor.
Well, I think for Quentin is it was the stunt girl, Zoe. What was her last name?
Stunt girl. He's had
the one that's been that was Uma Thurman's stunt double, but he's also added her into his films now as an actress, and she started as a stunt performer.
But I'm saying like Quentin también ya tiene a bunch with Brad Pitt, way. I'm saying they have favorites. El otro Iñárritu, ¿cómo se dice?
Iñárritu.
He has the DiCaprio ya también lleva como 3 con ese cabrón, güey. ¿Entiendes? So they all get like the little favorites, and it all goes like, because if you look at the credits behind the scenes, you'll notice like a lot of repeat names, because exactly for thing he's saying que ya te entiendes con alguien, güey. You skip a few steps and just fucking, like by looking at someone, like más o menos, okay, got it, homie. Ya te entiendes. So
look at this podcast where you have one guitar player. Like,
oh yeah, no, I'm not gonna get it.
But like, think of it like that way. What if somebody says, hey, you need a black guitar player? Because you're gonna be like, oh fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, is it safe to say I'm racist? I don't want a black guitar player. No, I'm not gonna say that, but I'm like, nah, sorry, you know what? This is how we vibe.
No.
I mean, but you probably don't have time to state your case for it, because you're constantly fucking.
But the other side of that coin that you're saying of picking like the best person también, that sometimes you got to think about is that we all have biases too, way.
Of course.
So you might hire puros Latinos because you have that bias, just like a white person might fucking hire puros pinches güeros because maybe he's not racist, but he's a little racist, you know, like in the back of his mind, algo tiene. Or someone shows up with white shoes and he's like, not that guy. Take that guy off the list.
Ese güey no vino a trabajar.
Pero do you guys give importance like we want doctors to be represented every culture, or are you guys in the mindset that you just want the best fucking? I don't give a shit what he or she looks like if they're doing an operation. I want the best person. I don't give a fuck whatever. We're even like
yeah.
Well, and I don't mean to interrupt you, but you bring up a good point, because I was just doing I was just watching or listening to
operations.
No, listening to a story where there's not enough doctors, but for mental health for Latinos or the black community, you know. And the reason why I bring that up is that at some point when I was at work during the pandemic, I was looking for just for
shits and giggles.
Not shits and giggles, but myself, I think I was going through some stuff. No, actually, it was during the accident.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, so I called in and I got a list, and I was trying to find like a therapist or psychiatrist, and I was looking for a Latino person.
See, there's the bias I just
No.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
There is a bias way. You have to be honest with yourself.
No, there wasn't, because the whole point of it is because the culture involved, because they would understand or be able to give me advice.
That's a bias.
It's a bias way. Why aren't you looking for the best fucking person, no matter what?
You're describing a bias way.
Yeah, it is a bias. 100%, bro. Like, that's how we're wired. Way.
Like in your mind, you think a Latino person is gonna understand you better. When your issue might be pretty general way.
And you know what? My bias for therapists, because my therapist is a female. For me, my bias is that women are more nurturing than males. I don't want to talk about my problems to a male, because if he's gonna understand me. No, I want somebody that I feel is gonna be more compassionate towards me, and you know,
Understanding.
it's, to me, in my head, it's a woman. I'd rather talk to a woman about my problems than a fucking male, because the woman's gonna be more sensitive and more gentle. And I know women hear this and think it's negative, but that's not a negative to me. Where that's a super important trait. That's what I want in somebody that I'm talking to. I don't want a male, and I have to be honest, that's a bias way.
Yeah, like
It's a bias.
you're picking something and then you're filling the information to why you want that way. It's kind of like backwards, but it's like you're saying, me va a entender porque es Latino, when you being Latino might have nothing to do with the problem, women.
Yeah, because
Exactly.
because the way I was thinking, let's just say in the session or whatever, and you know, shit from my childhood comes up, or like, you know, my dad wasn't this, or my mom wasn't that, or too much, or whatever. Y que una de esas diga, well, why don't you invite your parents to come so that we could talk? I'm like, oh yeah, they're not gonna come.
No, but see,
No,
that's you are that person.
you're
where
projecting.
you always think further ahead, and then,
Is that a bad thing though?
a bad thing? Where because you're creating scenarios that don't exist and are never gonna exist. That happened to us on Saturday when we met that chick that you started telling her like, what this isn't gonna happen. She's like, I don't care about that. Like, you as a person, you're wired to like think. And as humans, that's what we do, way. But that's not always the best strategy, way. Sometimes it hurts you. At this point, if you're having a crisis, way, because you need help, and you're here spending time looking for a Latino last name, I mean, don't you want the best person to handle that problem right away?
Yeah.
Like most people that would say, we need black doctors, we need Mexican or Latino doctors, women doctors. If they really think about it, you want the best fucking person for the job, way. I mean, yeah, I get everybody should have the fucking should be able to go to medical school and have that. That's a separate argument, but I want a fucking the best person, where, and people don't realize that they have these biases that are, wait, if you're fucking on the ledge, Ramon, you know, they say women are strong, women are fucking like, man, this and that. If you were on a ledge and there's a guy holding his arm and there's a woman doing the same thing, who are you gonna reach for?
I'm gonna go for the man because I have no connection to that woman. If it was my mother, then I would go with my mom.
But you
because
don't-
she has
you
a
don't have
mom
a connect-
strength.
Why do you-
She has a mother strength. That
No,
she's
Yeah,
gonna
but how,
save her child
why
no
do you
matter
say,
what.
Why do you say you don't have a connection
And
to the woman, but you have a connection to the man?
Because what he was going
What's
with.
your connection to the man?
Yeah, exactly.
Going to what he was saying, that like they say that women have
No, I'm saying my thing was that women are strong. They can do things that men could. Okay, you're on a ledge. I'm just trying to point out these subconscious fucking biases that we have that we don't think about. You're on the ledge. You're fucking holding on for dear life. There's a fucking dude that's holding his arm, Ramon, and then there's a woman that's fucking holding her arm as well. Who are you gonna fucking trust to save your life for?
All right. So I was going with like. Initially, I was taking it like, as you know how they say that like a mother, when sees her child in danger, is capable of lifting a car, right? So that's why I'm like, I'll go with, if my mom was there, I'll go with my mom because she's gonna try to save me. But I'm gonna go to whoever's closest to me.
No, you're not. You're gonna die to your death because you're overthinking
Yeah.
it. Like, that's what's gonna happen.
I'm just gonna go.
He's
like,
doing that Ramon.
All
that
right, hold
he's
on.
putting more information.
So I'm holding
He's
to
like,
a ledge.
if it's not my mom.
Fernie, he's not telling us that this is the dialogue he's having as he's plummeting to his death.
Fuck, I should have reached it. I'm all like, okay, so
but it wasn't my mom.
I'm on the ledge. All right, I'm on the ledge, and I have two people reaching over to give me a hand. I'm gonna go with my most muscle memory. I'm gonna go to whoever's on my right because I have the strength on my right, and
Okay, the woman's on your right.
then I'm gonna go to whoever's on my right
I mean,
because
I
I'm
guess.
stronger here than on my left.
Sure way. I mean, subconsciously I would go for the male because it's just the. I mean,
Are you sure? Because it's not your mom, when.
and I would argue that most women that are in that same situation subconsciously would go for the male as well.
Because it suppose it's a stronger figure, whatever. Yeah, right.
So I mean,
That makes sense. It all adds up.
I don't know
I'm
why.
gonna go to whoever's closest to me, and I can help them, and they can help me.
I mean, I guess, bro, but your life's in danger, bro. You're really gonna.
He already
fucking-
answered his first answer off the fucking
Hey,
thing was
hey,
Davato because he has a connection.
The vato because he's Mexican and the female's a white chick.
Oh, no, all of a sudden he assigned a lot of things because he said he didn't know the girl, but he knew the guy.
Yeah, I didn't never said you guys
Where
had
did you
a
know the guy
relationship.
from?
No,
Mike?
no,
I said
I
these
didn't
were
know
good
the guy.
Samaritans. In my story, they were good Samaritans.
I know
bro.
that the guy will get me out.
You
But
said
if it's not my mom, mom, she's not gonna get me out.
Your original thing was, I don't know that girl,
Well,
that late
fucking
woman.
play it
See,
back.
that implies you know the man.
bro, bullshit. That's what you said, bro.
Play it back
Okay,
because
go
that's
back.
not my
Play
mom.
it back. Hey,
that is not my
we got
mom.
receipts. There's people listening right now. We got receipts, bro.
You implied you knew the vato. I don't know de donde.
You guys
pero-
have rapport. You had a
Yeah.
beer. You had some.
I don't think I
together.
said I knew the vato.
I never said Dave's holding his
No,
arm
no.
and some
You
random.
didn't say. You
Oh,
implied.
Dave's got like fucking.
You
what
see
is
Dave's
it?
forearms, you're gonna go for Dave.
Dave's got that solid strength.
My
He's
point.
got that. Oh no, that
Yeah,
those
don't
aren't
say
kosher.
it.
I'm not gonna
No,
say.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
My point with it is that even females that talk about women being more strong or as strong as men, I get why they're saying it, but even them will have those subconscious biases in their heads
Yeah.
where that they'll reach over for the man. I'm not saying they're that as fucking all of them will, but generally speaking, that's what you're somehow conditioned to do. Where it's just
Fuck,
Yeah.
I hope they never put that in assessment. Fucking, what is it? Test. You know how I don't know if you ever taken like an assessment test, like where they put two questions for you, and then you got to see which one you agree with the most. You know, not too long ago, I took one, and it was saying, like, do you work well in a team setting? And then the other question was, if you go to a trip, how long can you pack the car the first time? You know, can you pack up yeah, it was something like, I can't remember it because it's a little while ago.
There's
but
two separate questions.
yeah,
Or-
and they make no connection. So you got to be like, okay, which one do I work well with a team or?
Oh,
can
but
I-
it's the same. That's what I'm saying.
It's on the same row. Yeah,
It's the same question.
were you trying
Like,
to
pick
retrieve
which
your
one-
password that you lost with these questions, or
Which one do you relate to more? Type of
Yeah,
thing?
or which one are you more comfortable? Like, you have to
Oh,
be able to
shit.
answer one of them. So if I'm like, I work great in a team setting, they're like, okay, maybe they're like, okay, este way can't handle este way cannot handle his own, I guess,
Load,
workload or
right?
whatever. And over here, it's saying if you're going on a trip and you have to pack up the car, do you pack it up at the first time or does it take you several tries? Like, oh shit, pues, ¿cuál es cuál, you know?
it's basically work smarter, work harder kind
Yeah,
of question.
type
Like
of
they want to
deal.
know what kind of
What
employer
kind of
you're gonna-
person.
So what's the right answer?
I don't know what it
There's
is.
no right answer. It's
They just
Well, I mean, they're looking for an answer.
they're
Yeah,
looking for
they're-
something.
well, they're looking to fill their bias that they have for the type
Yeah.
of person that'll fit their culture with. So these questions are meant to
they're loaded questions.
that they're trying to figure out if Ramon is the kind of person that works smarter or harder. Because sometimes you want people that are efficient, right?
Yeah, sometimes like
which
if it's a
ones work-
group, it depending what the job that I was going for. But if it's like a team fucking, a team setting, or like you're working with other people. Oh yeah, I work great with others. But if it's over here, it's all like, okay, this guy likes to work on his own and try to fucking figure it out and everything, and not keep everybody accountable, or it could be like, okay, this guy could work by himself because he depends on other people, depending what they're looking for.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, but at first I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, well,
so then there's multiple layers to that question, because then you not only have to figure out, decode the question like you're saying that it's confusing, you also have to decode who's giving you the test way. Like, what answer do they want? What are they looking for?
But then now you're not being honest to yourself because you're just trying to accommodate.
Well, isn't that what you're doing
no,
with the
but the thing, and
interviews
the
most
other
of the
thing,
time?
it's a 40. You got 45 seconds to answer it.
Oh shit!
Because or else is like it'll skip to the next question and then that one goes unanswered, and that affects you. So I'm all like, oh fuck, there was a bunch of them like that. I can't remember them all. Like the fuck, and then after I'm start thinking about them, I'm like, okay, sneaky motherfuckers.
Ay, sí me la ensartaron, he said.
Sneaky motherfuckers, you know? I mean, it goes to show them they never called me. So maybe I didn't answer it the way they wanted to. Who knows?
Yeah.
But there's a lot of these tests out there, a lot of assessments. They call them assessments that they give people, and it's just to see what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
When looking for a therapist, do you look for a Latino or do you look for the best person?
I mean, people want representation.
I'm saying
where-
one of the questions
know.
on,
No, yeah.
on his test.
I'm like, fuck.
I mean, I just
He knows what he wants, or fucking he goes with the
He
best.
wants the best, or he just wants someone to understand him.
I mean, yeah, no, they're good questions, way, because you're being honest to yourself, way. Like, do you really want somebody that looks like you operating on you, and they got that because they wanted to kind of optics look like they're inclusive, or is that really the best person that's going to operate on this fucking knee?
I think when it comes to doctors, though, people, I don't want to say leave their biases at the door, because I don't think you really do that, but I think people are more accepting when it's a doctor way to por decir,
to save your life or your loved ones.
Be less racist or be less biased, way. Because if someone tells you, hey, way, this is a fucking doctor de no sé donde, and he's the best fucking on the West Coast or whatever, you know, you're not gonna say, oh, no quiero ese way, I want this este pinche vato de acá, way. And then so I think in a medical setting, people are a little more accepting of leaving their shit behind and going for, I guess, like the recommendation. And a lot of shit goes bad in that sense too.
That's once you're already in the door and you need the services. But from the cushion of your house, it's easy to say that we want more black and brown doctors. So no, I mean, I agree with what you're saying.
But who's to say that maybe the black or the brown doctors aren't the best for the job?
And that's why this culture is making it hard for these people to actually fucking do their job, because they have these subconscious biases that, oh, this person just got hired because they're black, and then not knowing that sometimes the best person for the job is a black or brown person. Like there's no fucking denying that way. Like,
but I think maybe the mentality is going to change on that too, because right now when you're saying this, somehow in my mind, I remember growing up that American cars were the best, right? And the Japanese were crap. Now that mentality is kind of changed. Same with electronics.
Yeah, but that's American narrative. That's bullshit. Because the Japanese,
in Mexico too.
Yeah, but the Asian shit, historically, way the tech has always been way more superior than the Americans. But they didn't want. You think about what you're talking about. You're talking about an era where the American cars were shitty. Where you're talking about the 80s when cars were fucking clunkers, and Honda and Toyota started coming out with some reliable shit that it fucked with the American ego, and they started spreading this propaganda.
Oh yeah, I remember propaganda.
It's that whole America's best shit way.
America's not the best anymore, way. As far as,
but I mean, like you're saying, even then, pues maybe not, way.
Well, I'm saying as far as like actual like manufacturing, America's not the best way.
They might have started as the best, and they might have started with like groundbreaking, and a lot of the settings or the protocols were American based, but at some point se le subió el
That's
ego.
what happens, yeah.
I would argue they started cutting corners to make more profits, and that's as the years go on, that was biting them in the ass now, because they started producing shit overseas, and now these guys are fucking up their trademarks, and it's just cutting corners. Way that's what happened. They got greedy.
Well, yeah, Japan especially invested a lot in tech, way, and that's why they fucking got ahead of us. We got complacent, way.
I mean, Fernie, in the 90s when we had our nice Kenwood fucking systems, that's all Japanese shit, bro.
Yeah,
everything, all those fucking
Alpine.
How legit were those fucking systems?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. The Japanese invested a chingo in fucking tech while we got complacent. While we sat on that fucking, we do the best at everything. Fucking chairway.
Like Indonesia was fucking the British fucking invaded that fucking they were part of the people that came into Indonesia.
Shout out to Indonesia.
And it used to be trip out, because Indonesia 50 years ago was considered like a shit country. Like they didn't produce anything. Now they're worth more than fucking the UK Brits were. Now they're fucking booming. They have tech. They have, they're into cryptocurrency as well. So they're staying ahead of fucking shit. And it's like the Koreans. It took them 50 years to fucking... And this is happening in Africa right now, too. A lot of people don't talk about shit like this. But Africa's starting to get this tech boom where that there's a lot of smart minds out there, bro. And they're doing their own thing. They're saying, you know what? Fuck the system. They're not for us. We create our own shit. It's happening right now, man.
Shout out to Africa.
Yeah, but they're also getting a lot of Chinese investment for all that.
Well, because the Chinese are seeing that they're booming, and they're like, hey, I want to get in there the way they got in this country, and look where we're at now.
Well, it's all complacency, way. Yeah,
I think we got into this country because of fucking Nixon, dude. Nixon was trying to...
Right away.
Wasn't Nixon the one that started sending out work where, like, I guess his theory was, if we could manufacture a toothbrush and sell it for $1 to the Chinese, we'll be millionaires. If every Chinese buys a toothbrush for $1, we'll definitely be millionaires.
Globalist, you're talking about.
Yeah. So I think that's where all that started happening, where like this, all the jobs and everything was getting subbed.
Well, that's to sell it to them. But it makes kind of like what are you saying? The part that we started exporting all our factories and all our milling for the extra. Even if you had to send it to 3 or 4 countries, it was cheaper than to make it here. To make an extra quarter on that thing. Where you make an extra quarter, way those quarters add up. So just to make that little bit of extra profit, and by doing that, you advance their industrial age. Pues they advanced at manufacturing. Well, we stood still because we pushed it all over their way. Yes, that's why China fucking makes everything way.
Yeah.
We built up that thing by sending all our manufacturing over there. They steal all your patents, they steal all your tech, and they just keep fucking advancing while we stay the same because we're the best.
I mean, there's more slaves now in 2022 than there were when there was the black slaves that everybody fucking has an outrage for. There's more slaves now that we reap their benefits of the shit they produce because of the conditions that are basically slave labor. But there's right now in 2022, there's more slaves now in the world than there was in those days. Way, and so that gives you the impact of how fucking.
I don't know if that's the right terminology with it, because slaves didn't get paid; they were owned. And I think what you're saying is that there's more people working at shittier conditionings and extorted. Rather, they're not doing it for free. They're getting fucking paid shit wages.
Well, the world doesn't revolve around the U.S., bro. There's countries like we don't make up the majority of the world. Right? You got to realize that. See, this is the bubble that we're in. When we think America is like it, like there's more. I mean, I'm not making this shit up. Where you could look at every angle you're at. You're gonna find numerous articles that say there's more slaves now than there were in those days. Right? I'm not the one making the labels.
No.
I know, but the labels. It's kind of like we said earlier, where the Nazi one kind of has the word Nazi way has opened up a chingo. A definition has really opened up. Same thing with the slave, pues a slave, that term pues has opened up too. As before, when you're talking about, like, you're comparing it to something where someone was literally owned. Like, I own you and you're gonna do this. And if you don't do this, it goes back to what we started with, the backlashes type of shit. So like it is slavery in the new definition pues of that, but not in the when you relate it back to like the black slave trade.
So how do you explain the slavery that's happening here in this country with the prison system? I mean, are they getting paid? Like what?
They are getting paid.
They get like shitty wages. I mean, when they walk out, they're there for like 10 years and they walk out with like what, $1,500?
Okay, so my point is, you guys are just equating slavery with a wage. Like
all I'm saying is kind of like like I said, the word, like we're saying, like Nazi, then the term Nazi's been reframed to be more open, that people use it for so much shit. This is like super wide. It's an extreme example.
No, I understand.
And slavery used to be one thing, and now it's opened up to mean a little bit more, pues.
No, I understand what you're saying, right? But I'm just saying, like, you guys equate a wage with being a slave or not. You guys aren't equating like the conditions, like similar conditions. You guys are equating, if you get a check, you could get lashed in the back. You can get all the treatment that they had. But if you get a wage, you're not a slave. That's what you guys are saying. Right?
If you were going with the prisons, the prisoners at least.
I went with that after.
Okay.
No, I was just putting the two together, like what he was saying and what you're saying.
No, I'm just trying to understand how you guys think about this. So
I'm not saying that those are not like slave conditions, way, because like the prisons too, way people.
They have medical attention. They get
but like the prison thing he's talking about here, way. For some reason, in the states where that exists,
in the Constitution, with them in.
Yeah, where that exists, where these like slave prison type shit exist, for some reason, también, they incarcerate more people. Way, so is that there's? I mean, I don't know how they do. It's a correlation, pues. Like, why? How is it that for some reason they're incarcerating more people and more people of color? Way, like por decir in that state, and they just happen to use them también at the same time, and so like it all kind of like adds up, way.
I mean, look at the propaganda that we subscribe to, where we need to buy a woman of expensive rock to get married. I mean, if you really analyze the diamond trade and all that shit, way, I mean, the things that we support unconsciously it's pretty fucking
horrible.
It's pretty horrible, bro. Like, how can we live like as a society, way, when we're so fake, way. We complain and bitch about one thing, but then we're completely fucking part of the problem in other areas. And we just don't see that. We don't have the emotional intelligence to see that we're also part of the fucking problem, way.
Well, you don't want to see it, way. Yeah. People don't want to fucking look at that part of it, way.
But then it's like, then don't fucking bitch about things. Then you have no right to say anything because you want to completely look away from this and say, well, yeah, that doesn't affect me. Well, guess what? Your problems don't affect them either. So why do you expect for them to give a shit about you? I gotta take a piss, man. Sorry.
Yeah. I think ahorita cuando regreses we'll call it out.
Right away.
Sorry, guys.
No, dale, güey. No, pinche boli. Con el boli tiene que tronar, güey. Hay que fucking...
Right away. Drops some bombs.
Yeah.
So, ¿qué pedo, güey?
No, Fernie, aquí nomás.
Pues, you can't really respond, so I don't remember where we were then. What were we talking about, güey?
I don't know. We went from...
So 5 years, bro. What
diamond rings.
So now that we're at 5 years, way, what kind of
I don't know. We'll play it year by year now.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So for the next year, what?
I mean, we gotta definitely
that's
get
what that
more.
little gallo is.
I guess the thing is for the podcast to keep growing and keep getting recognized, and let's see where it leads us to. Because honestly, I mean, I enjoy it. It's fun and everything, but yeah, it does take away from us.
So let's say the growth kind of slowed.
The growth slowed. There's no interaction. We're not.
But
really...
I'm saying that. No, I'm saying like for you personally, if the growth slowed or stopped, are you gonna like rethink it? Or are you gonna be like, well, maybe this is not enough?
Maybe we might have to rethink it and do something.
No, I'm saying not we. I'm saying you.
Oh, me? Oh shit, man.
Like if I told you, hey, bro, the numbers are kind of flat, starting to flat line, would that fucking in your head be like, well, maybe we should start wrapping it up?
I think, I would be. That's a conversation I'm willing to have and sit down and talk about it.
No, I'm saying, but what I'm saying is that going to pop in your head? I'm not saying like.
Oh no, yeah. I mean, it would be something. Yeah, it would pop in my head. Like, hey, well, if you think about it, we do hit our slumps. We do
hit slumps.
Yeah, we do hit our slumps, and I would have to keep an eye on it. So if within a year I notice that we don't have new engagement and we're dropping and we're dropping and we're dropping.
I mean, we don't have to drop. I'm saying we're just
flat,
maintaining,
like flat, like fucking plateau.
Like ponle, it could even be like such a small growth, pues that it's growing, but it almost looks flat.
Well, I mean, there's only
you're complicating the question, but I'm just saying like if it doesn't look like
it's continuing. I would have that. I would sit down and have that conversation. All right, guys. So look, this is what this is the metrics. This is what we have. This is where I stand. Should we continue? If you guys are down, we'll continue. If not, then it's time to hang up the guantes, bro.
That's what I'm saying. But that would pop in your head like, yeah, it's time to.
Yeah, I think so. Mm-hmm. Oh, so Fernie was asking, ya cumplimos 5 años, güey. Like what's next? And I told them
kindergarten time.
We'll play it. We'll go year by year now. Let's just say if there's no growth or there's, it's not really going anywhere. It's just.
Well, my question to him that fucking we stretched out for your whole restroom break was that in that case, if we're going year by year, pues if we have, say we're looking at the stats and they kind of start flatlining. Ponle like I was telling him, maybe the growth is so small, pues that it looks almost flat way. Pero is that enough for you, or in your head are you gonna be like, oh, well, maybe it's time to wrap it up. When
I think how I'm gonna gauge it is if I enjoy doing that way. Like I'm not really gonna gauge it with the numbers, and obviously I want growth and I want us to be happy and have everything that we always wanted in life. But as soon as it doesn't become fun for me, like that's when I think I would start kind of really seeing what am I doing with. So far, I mean, I have a great time with. I could riff, I could talk out loud, and you guys are super fucking responsive to making me fucking think things on the spot, and I really like that way. I like that. I need that in my life. And when that starts not happening, then that's when I would maybe see what's happening.
You see, Ramon? He didn't start adding to the question.
Yeah, but that's how this guy is, way.
He was like, "Oh, well,
I mean,
what about this? And what if?" And he's like, and then he started with the wheeze.
Me,
but he started with the wheeze. He's like, "Wow, what if we get?" He's like, "We'll get together and we'll do this." And I'm like, "No." And what about this? And what if we start looking at this?
Si ya sabe.
Yeah.
And he like. I mean,
Dick, it wasn't a gotcha question.
No. Fernie,
he's
20,
on guard, bro.
It's 20 plus years. If you're gonna give me a question, if you leave it broadly open for me, I'm gonna answer you broadly.
It wasn't that broad, was it?
No, I mean, So then what? I'm like, okay, then what?
No,
what?
I didn't say then what. I said,
Like-
are you going to think, is it going to pop in your head like there's time to wrap it up? I didn't leave it open.
then
So
I'm
it wasn't
like,
an
okay,
open, it
maybe,
wasn't broad.
we'll sit down, we'll talk, and if we're still enjoying it, then we'll continue. But if not, then you know what?
I mean, do you guys agree that we're in a better place than we were 5 years ago with this?
With the podcast?
I think so, yes.
Do you guys think we're in a better place than we were last year with the podcast?
Yes.
So I think it's gonna be one of those gradually then suddenly fucking.
Yeah.
I think if we zoom out, it's still fucking.
I know the first 2 years were. I think the first year was, at least in my experience, I was really trying to like. I wasn't seeing results right away, but luckily, I mean, like
You wanted faster results.
No, he said 5 months we're gonna have a studio way. No mames.
I know.
That's true.
I'm fortunate.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm fortunate and lucky to have two friends like you because you guys were able to keep things in perspective and ground me in that sense.
I think we all do that to each other, way. I think you guys do that for me as well. Like, I don't think it's just exclusively like what we provide for you. I think personally talking, if I'm going to be honest, you guys do the same for me, way. I need that fucking...
Yeah, the grounding.
I need it, way.
Yeah, so a lot of it. And yeah, I fought you guys back and forth y me encabronaba un chingo con ustedes.
Oílo.
Now...
I know you used to, for sure.
Yeah, I would get fucking...
I'm going to find you the Latino therapist you always wanted.
Because I know that we talked about, like, making the podcast. We had all these ideas. I'm like, all right, let's fucking do it. I'm willing to invest in it. Let's do it. And then you'll be like, hey, whoa, slow down. I'm like, no, let's do it. Vámonos ahorita en caliente. Slow down, like we need to look at this. We need to look at that. And then Esteban's like, yeah, we need to, gather data and see this. And I'm like, fuck, let's do it. And then eventually it's just like, okay, I kind of learn. It kind of, I wouldn't say forced me, but it helped me understand like, okay, we need to do things at a certain place because that's how you set up for failure. And sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, but you're definitely setting yourself up for something. So if we don't take a planned step or we don't really look at what we're aiming for, then yeah, it might not work out.
And the other thing that's important too is like I do this with the guitar where it's sometimes when I get too like arrogant sometimes like, oh yeah, I got this is fucking, I can do this, I can play this. Sometimes what helps me is I think about something that I play or that I wrote. If I showed my 12-year-old self this and say, dude, this is gonna be you when you're older, how would that kid react to it? And all the time I'd say that kid would be super fucking excited. Like, wait, you're playing that? That's what you're playing? That's what we're going to be doing? So it's important for us to think about that first day that we started recording. We kind of minimalize things that we do and situations that we get ourselves into. If we made a list of everything that we've done in this podcast and everything that we're doing currently, and we showed that to ourselves the first day of recording, I can guarantee you that we'd be super excited about it.
Yeah, you're right. I never saw it that way.
That's a good humbling exercise way that it shows you, because we forget how far we've come along until we show our old selves what we have done for ourselves. Right?
Hey, I don't want to be the aguafiestas, but you tell Ramon when we started after the first few episodes, it's going to be like, you still don't have the fucking studio?
Well, we have a space.
5 years, motherfucker?
No, but I think the way it would be written out, or Esteban would have shared or whatever, like we have a place to record.
Yeah, and you're gonna be like, you don't have your own.
I think
we have a place to record, not in the garage.
I want to hope that we would say, there's no AC. Fuck it, dude, but look at all this shit, man. Fuck yeah.
And not knowing about global warming.
Hey, pero you're gonna start getting, yeah. Oh, that sounds pretty. We have a spot. Oh shit. So with AC, no. There's
I don't think I would have brought.
But you gotta leave everything set up, right? Yeah, no.
You're right.
This is gonna start tanking pretty quickly.
That is true. Yeah.
And then I'm like, well, we don't have to like.
Hey, but you got new mics, right? No, same mics.
Yeah.
But we do have a new mixer.
But we're fucking chingon on YouTube, right? Well, no, not yet.
The headphones are the other things that are still the same.
Yeah, the headphones. Well, no, those are different ones.
Is it?
Yeah, he started off with the with the Audio Technicas.
Oh, that's right. I know I started with these and you started with those.
Yeah, he probably will make shit up, huh? Well, that we would be there and tell him, dude, but look at all this shit, man. What the fuck you complaining about? Vámonos ya, güey.
Pero el pinche website ya está bien armado. No, it's the same.
We still got the same tacos, the same drinks.
But we've updated the description. Tampoco, no.
But we updated the pictures? No. But I lost weight, right? Actually, you gained some.
Actually,
you lost weight.
You're going to go through a few accidents too, bro. Sorry to tell you.
Your back's going to get fucked up.
So someone's going to be trying to take you out.
Yeah.
Esteban,
you're going to go through a fire. Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
You're going to go through some trials and tribulations. It's going to test your patience, pero... Yeah, so...
And you're going to be more talkative. Less beer, more talkative.
You're like, fuck that.
This sounds like bullshit to me.
Fuck that.
Less?
Less beer, more that doesn't work.
Fuck that. Oh, so I'll have a six-pack? No, wait. Actually not. Fuck that.
Nah. So you guys are making money now?
I mean, kind of, but not really.
Yeah, I mean, it pays for, to keep the podcast going.
This is going to be a hard conversation.
No, but this is the same conversation we'll be having in 5 years, and then we'll still fucking be like, yeah, but.
Do we have a company car? No, you're still driving yours. But you guys have interns and assistants. Not really. Okay, but my grito gave you guys a raise. Actually, no, we owe them.
Actually, they gave us more bills. Now we got to buy a fucking PA and shit.
Hey, so el announcement before or after the música? Yeah,
during? Can we do it during the música?
We can do it during the música.
All right, banda, lista? Vámonos.
They're ready to go, man.
All right. 5 years. What's the announcement?
You don't know your own announcement?
No, dude. I mean...
You're el mero Ramon, way. They want to hear from you, bro.
All right.
Ramon Show.
Raza, last week we told you that we're going to have a live event, right? Well, this live event is going to take place October 14th, correct? It's going to be in Santana.
We told them that.
All right. And we didn't tell you the location, but now we can tell you the location. It's going to be at the Mission Bar in Santana, 302 North Main Street.
I think so.
Yeah, it's catty corner with City Hall, Santana City Hall.
Oh yeah, I saw City Hall.
Yeah. It's for lease, I think.
Yeah, we should rent that.
That was a weird.
Yeah, the City Hall's for lease.
I don't know if that's corruption or where that falls, but
I think would that make us like the Austin of Texas, that we're like the fucking LA fucking squad in the center of Santana?
I don't know, man.
We'll make it more LA way.
Put those Dodger banners outside.
Hey, shout out to Santana though, because their homeless are actually working. Where they're security guards over there. Remember?
Yeah.
So what are we celebrating, bro?
We are going to be celebrating our 5th year anniversary, October 14th, Friday, from 8 to 12. But the bar stays open till 2, so you're welcome to stay, hang around, have more chelas, or let the chelas wear down. We're gonna have our 5-year anniversary. We are gonna have musical guests.
No le eches tanto ánimo, güey.
No. I'm trying to remember this because I know that things. I don't want to bring something up that we might have changed. That's why. So
he's overthinking it again, bro.
I know.
He's thinking ahead, like you're saying,
I'm
güey.
telling you.
Instead of putting some emoción on this shit.
I can't believe he asked me if that was a negative or a positive.
Should be like, it's gonna be our 5-year anniversary, bitches.
There you go. Ahí está la emoción.
Puro pinche party.
5 años. This is the Wood anniversary. All right. We're gonna have musical guests. We're gonna be there. We're gonna do a live recording. There's definitely gonna be drinks.
There's gonna be beer, micheladas.
Yeah, beer, micheladas, and wine on the outside because we're gonna be in the patio. But if you want the harder drinks,
there's no harder drinks inside either.
In the bar?
See, you thought ahead and you didn't think of this.
Oh shit!
It's a beer. It's like a fucking pub type.
It's a pub. All right, so no hard drinks. You can sneak your own, but on the outside.
Right way.
Jesus,
you can
bro.
pregame in the parking lot.
Don't tell these people they can sneak.
There is parking. There is a parking lot behind the bar, and it's $10. I think
$10?
Yeah, it's $10. I was looking into it, so they have
There's probably street parking too, because I think after 8 it's free on street.
There is street parking también.
I think.
So there's plenty of parking. All right, it's not gonna be one of those events where you have to park like 7 blocks away to walk it over.
It's in the patio area outside, so hopefully it's nice and fresh, not raining.
Definitely, and
not hot.
And we're gonna have the Eventbrite tickets posted.
So yeah, if you're listening to this, you can find it on Eventbrite now.
It's up.
It's up.
Them too?
No, not them. They're gonna have to wait till Tuesday.
Them two. Oh yeah, it's not up now.
No.
On Tuesday when this drops,
Yeah.
the tickets should be available on Eventbrite. We'll have the link in the bio, hopefully. But I mean, you'll probably be able to just put Chicano Shuffle on Eventbrite y sale, güey.
Yeah.
But you'll see the link. We'll be pushing it.
So
güey.
come on down, say hi. We'll take pictures. We'll have a chat. Fucking
Have a chela.
You get to see the magic in person.
Hey, Magrito's gonna have some fucking bands backing us up.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
We'll announce those later.
And Magrito's gonna give fucking money away pa todos.
I heard fucking
You
Magrito's
get a
gonna be
car.
away.
You get a car.
Yeah.
You get an AC. You get an AC.
They're gonna be, fucking giving all kinds of stuff to our listeners because they love you guys.
Yep, I heard that too, way.
Right?
That's what I heard, bro.
They're gonna break the bank on this. They said they're gonna go all out.
That's what I heard. I heard they have good credit and they're gonna max out all their cards.
And they were gonna iban a sacarle una segunda hipoteca a la casa, güey.
Hey, wait, what the fuck? I know, wait, hold on.
Segunda hipoteca?
What is that?
It's when you what is it now?
You don't even know what it is in English?
I'm trying to remember in English.
Like
Refinance.
Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Segunda
What the
hipoteca.
f-
You
Why
guys
not
don't
say
know?
refinance, way?
I know, he's just...
Como refinanciar también se puede decir, pero somehow when I was growing up,
Why not say that?
when I don't know why, because in my mind it was siempre I always heard hipoteca until like I don't know what was it.
Who told you as a child
My
hipoteca?
parents.
I've never heard
My
it.
parents
Really?
and family members.
Maybe you confuse them saying hipócrita.
No.
No seas
Hipoteca. I always heard hipoteca.
Hipócrita, way.
Hipoteca, güey.
Hipoteca.
Hipoteca.
Holy
Yeah.
shit, bro.
Like,
that sounds
shit,
crazy.
like the other day I was telling my girl
sale,
too,
güey.
like
That sounds like a goleador from La Selección in like 94, way.
El
no,
hipoteca.
the other one I was telling my girl that she never heard was Tehuacan. Do you know what a Tehuacan is?
Nate, bro.
Agua mineral.
Oh shit! No, I was gonna say
Mineral
something
water.
else.
It was
güey.
un Tehuacan. It was like a seltzer water. Like
I thought it was the little
seltzer
container,
salt.
no?
I thought it was a blue quesadilla or purple quesadilla.
No.
I thought it was that little container, güey.
Pásame un Tehuacan o me das un Tehuacan. It was like the seltzer water, the
Holy
agua
shit,
mineral.
bro. You should have a master class on this way. Teach people.
And they just random that come in. I'm not gonna have
Hey.
them on the spot.
You come fucking on the 14th, Ramon will throw you some fucking Spanish knowledge, güey.
There you go.
Oh shit.
Some
private lesson.
honors Spanish.
We'll have a like a Santa booth for him where you guys can
Sign up for his
Stop
master
me.
class.
Stop Ramon.
Sign up for your master class and learn how to critically think a problem that doesn't need that much thinking, guys.
Yeah.
Háganse bolas.
If you're not
I'm
interested
the
in that,
opposite of Cantinflas, right?
if you're not interested in that, you can come over to me in Esteban's booth where we'll be selling pyramid schemes.
That's right.
Because we're in it for some money, bro.
There you go. There you go. It's just advancing
Holy
the
shit.
podcast. So, Raza, come and join with us. 5-year anniversary. All right.
Hey,
Tickets.
we fucking the band playing some jams or what?
Oh, hey, steps.
Yeah, we're playing some jams.
Yeah.
We can make it
Oh,
happen.
wait a minute. Home Depot band?
Yeah, wait.
You know what? Yeah. We're gonna have to practice the steps with the band.
Okay.
Well, I'll do what?
You don't have to do a full set, wait.
I'll do 4 songs.
4. I was gonna.
All right, 3 songs. 3 songs.
No, yeah.
No, but
yeah.
the 4th one including is the shuffle song.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. I'll do them, and I guess what we'll do is
Just make a set list. What you want?
yeah. I already know which one. I know that one of them is gonna be me. Girlfriends is Darks. We know it's Darks.
Yes.
That one.
So yeah, on October 14th.
Yeah, definitely.
Santana, here we come.
Hey, this is our new hype man, way, because he has more energy than you, Ramon.
Well, I thought Ramon was gonna put some salsa like he does, pero
I think fucking when we first started this podcast, that list also includes, hey, Fernando, you're gonna be the hype man, bro. when we have
Shit,
a
get the
band.
fuck out of here.
puro pedo.
No chelas, and I'm the hype man. Tan pendejos.
Tan pendejos. And no AC, like sweating right now.
I know, I'm fucking soaked too.
It's not even that hot, way, pero
Ya veo el sol, that's fine.
fucking OC, here we come.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Agárrense, pinches vatos.
Yeah, they don't know what's coming.
Porque it's gonna be a nice, relaxing boomer time.
Yes, it will. All right. So nos vemos el 14. Tickets go on sale on Eventbrite.
Now.
It's going to be on the link. All right. So just go there. First come, first serve. And
Ahí para los patrones too. We'll set something up.
yeah, we'll set up
I'll
something.
post
We put some tickets aside for the Patreon so that,
I'll put something up tomorrow.
they got first dibs. And if those don't get taken up, then we'll move them over to the general admission. All right.
That's not what I meant, pero yeah, we can do something like that too.
Yeah. So they get first dibs. So that again, if you want to get first dibs, if you want to see us recording live, and
I mean,
you become a Patreon supporter, and you get these little perks.
That's literally all the perks.
Yeah, you're not gonna get much perks.
No, there's probably more, but I don't know.
And I think we're also gonna be working on, I think with the help of our fourth member Dave, we're gonna might be able to actually reply to, because the laptop's so far away. We're gonna have a little contraption.
Ramon wants his.
Yeah, we're gonna have a little something right here so that we can read them, or I can read them. I can read them and answer them and go from there. All right.
Yeah, but then you get interrupted on like a good talk, like we're talking about.
We had good chats, bro.
Yeah, you do.
I mean, I understand they want us to reply, but sometimes you're in the fucking plática, you can't be fucking answering.
Well, if you guys are going back and forth on something, I could reply on them to them. You know.
Somebody asked last week what boots I was wearing. They were Doc Martens.
OG.
Fun fact.
Were they OG Doc Martens
I don't wear
Doc
Chinese
Martens?
shit, bro. I don't support the Chinese regime. I'm just kidding.
Damn, yeah.
Isn't that guitar Chinese?
Fuck no.
Oh shit.
Guitar's OC, bro. Representing Santa Ana.
Oh, it is OC?
Fullerton.
Swing by October 14th. Ciao. Check out the OC guitar.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna take the OC guitar too.
Representing, I said.
Going back home tour.
Back to the roots.
Homecoming tour.
Back to home base, guys.
So nos vemos el 14 de octubre. Raza, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for reviewing. Thank you for following on YouTube, on podcast y lo que sea. No se los olvide, share it, subscribe, review.
Hey, you know what the reality of it is though, guys? Is that this outro was so long that people aren't even gonna hear all this info.
Should have said it in the beginning.
They're gonna be like, fuck this. Like, they're already tuned out.
Well, that's what I was saying before we put the musiquita. That's what I was like, before musiquita or
That was a
after
good call.
musiquita?
Next time we listen to Fernando.
It's because he's very vague.
Well, I told you you're gonna make the announcement. You're like, what announcement?
I know. Honestly, I didn't even know this was the 5th. I forgot this was the 5th.
What do you mean? We've been talking about
I know.
this.
I completely forgot.
Well, because he was all up on his Halloweeny. Remember? Puro,
Yeah, no
quería
sé.
todo que Halloween, que Halloween, que Halloween.
That's the only reason I went to Target, way. Because if it wasn't a special episode, we would have said fuck it.
Yeah, and when I got here, the landlord was one of his customers. They're like, hey, so what are you guys going to talk about? Do you have a plan? I'm like, no, we never plan anything out. Like, oh, that's fucking awesome. And yeah, and then I don't know.
But we didn't plan anything special, but it's
No,
still
but I
special.
forgot this was the 5th. I don't know why. Se me olvidó.
El savant te está fallando.
Yeah,
güey.
oh, it is. It's like, it's not that I'm not caring anymore. It's just like, it's
I
just
didn't
like,
say that, pero ahora now I'm thinking it.
you know.
This is a guy that says this was his last run at life, where he peaked already.
I know. güey.
All right, Raza, you want to support us, help us out, you can become a Patreon supporter. You could buy merch off of the site that we have, our Chicano Shuffle website. You can help us out with purchasing some cafecito and Istaza, all right? And you could just fucking show up on Friday and help us out. We'll have a little collection también ahí para que ayuden.
October 14th.
El 14.
You know, see, there's the voice I was looking
El
for.
14.
Oh, shit.
All right. So fucking hope to see you there. A ratos with that, eh? Vámonos que aquí espantan.
October 14th.
El 14.